All right, well, I hope you are sitting down. I hope you're comfortable, and I hope you took your heart medication, because there's going to be some heart pumping, blood pumping, dick stroking, blood pressure rising, butthole puckering action happening with the first part of tonight's stream. Are you ready? Are you fucking ready for this? It is going to be me leveling up my characters. I did do some off-stream research, but admittedly not a lot. It was a full work day today, and in the evening I had to run some errands. I had to take a friend to a doctor's appointment. I had to do a couple stuff. Had to help Gracie with a couple things in the evening, so I was able to go through and star a bunch of things from my guy. So my guy has got some stuff pre-starred and ready to go. So my guy will be pretty quick to level up. So this will be pretty easy. The others, though, haven't had a chance to. So this will... I'm sorry. This will take a minute, because I've got 4 characters to level. I think Cassia needs 2 levels, I think. I think I saw she has 2... minus down. Okay, she needs... Yeah, 2 levels. 2 levels. Everyone else just needs 1. And, oh, except not... Nothing found. Oh, okay, so I need to pick a... Oh, wait. Hold on, maybe I'm wrong. Is it... Let me back out. Except. I thought it was implying... Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like everybody levels, except not you. Oh, now it shows up. Okay, so for some reason, sometimes it's a little bit squirrely. Yeah, now I can't click, which is weird. I guess, like... Oh, it's because we've committed to this one person, that's why. So, we have to kind of do it in order, I think. Yes, all 5 characters have to level up. Dick pumping unless it's artistic. Actually, they don't even like that anymore. Actually, in all fairness, they never liked artistic dick pumping. They specifically said it had to be non-sexual. But yeah, artistic nudity was allowed for drawing for like a good, I don't know, 24 hours maybe? 16, 18 hours maybe? So, and then Twitch took one good look at the motherfucking homepage and said, "Good lord, what's happening in there?" And then the entirety of the art section said, "The Northern Lights," or Aurora Borealis. And that did not fly, sadly. So yeah, like I was saying though, my guy will be pretty quick to level up, because I did already kind of do some research on like perks and talents that I think my guy would do well to have. So at some point though, I might unselect where I guess it's not in this list, but the dual weapon combat. I might spec out of that one. Right now, my guy does have 2 pistols as an offhand option, and it's really cool, and I like it, but the sniper makes more sense as an operative, and operatives have better skills that are more suited for long-range combat, like very far away long-range combat. Operatives work well from afar. So sadly, as much as I love the idea of my guy being like a gunslinger, I just don't know if it's the right call. But we'll see. I'm gonna hold off on doing the respecking, because it does cost. It does have a cost to it, and we lose some of our profit factor, which I think is kind of important at the start at least. So I'm gonna hold off on that. Just a little bit of dick pumping as a treat. Yeah, maybe just a little artistic dick pumping. Yeah, that's I think that's reasonable. 1, and then 1-egged duck. Okay, there we go. We got to save that one just a little bit as a treat. Okay. Oh, and I should go ahead and start the multi-streaming as well. Bloop and bloop and bloop. I'll just take just a moment. Just a moment to get that going, and then we can continue with this leveling up action. And let's not lie to ourselves, it is, after all, extremely action-packed. It will be action-packed. There will be there will be blood-pumping action. People will get excited. People will experience health events. Horniness will be experienced. That is a promise. That is a personal guarantee. You will feel a stirring in your genitals. Do not be alarmed. It will happen. It happens to the best of us. All right. So, Tides of Excellence. That's one that I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to like save this one as a cool one, because triggering an exploit. That's when we have that that analysis move that adds exploits to bad guys. Turns out you burn those whenever you just damage a bad guy, just in general. Here it does 1 damage or rather we gain a damage and then we gain armor penetration for the rest of combat, which is really cool. That works really well for boss battles, I think. And that's per shot. So for a sniper rifle, it's not as exciting, but for my guns that like shoot a bunch, that could be pretty sick. And it does stack, which is cool, but it's only a 1 and a 2% armor penetration. It's not that great, but it's good enough where I think it could eventually make a difference, again, for boss battles. Regular battles, I just don't really think I'm as worried about, but boss battles are the things that I am scared of. This one is nice too, because this basically applies a lot of exploits to basically almost all enemies. Everybody in a 10-cell radius. It's a very generous radius. And that's really nice because that would synergize well with... Where is it? There's another one. I don't maybe I didn't save that one. There's a few other skills that allow everybody else in your party to gain something cool when bad guys have exploits on them. Because this one right here, we suffer less damage from enemies suffered or affected by exploits. That's huge. So if this passive learning one, we give nearly every bad guy in the battlefield a stack of exploits just at the start of the battle, regardless of whether or not we're fighting them, we will just take less damage from them. That -3, that subtracts 3 multiplied by my intelligence bonus. I think my intelligence bonus is 4. So 12% less damage for the rest of the fight, basically. Until we damage them. Then that removes the exploits. But then we can apply more of them. So anyway, that's like a cool synergy. This also is neat. Because if I'm not... I tend to just kind of plant my guy and let him do his thing. So that would also work really well. For every 5 cells between me and the target. So that would work well as my sniper. So that's kind of nice too. So anyway, yeah, lots of nice things from my dude. I think I might go ahead and grab this one now. Because this is something I tend to do a lot. I tend to just kind of plant and sharpshoot. Otherwise, intelligence is something I could probably stand to take more of. That was for lore checks, Medicaid, tech use, all that jazz. That's pretty good. And my guy is the tech use guy right now. Perception is for awareness, which is real good. Perception as a whole is pretty good. 50 is solid. Or I could do ballistics if I wanted to, but I'm going to do one of these two. I think last time I did intelligence. And I'm almost kind of wondering if I should just kind of bounce between these two. Intelligence and perception for my guy. Because, again, my awareness is extremely good. And I don't know if we really gain too much by raising that up a whole lot. We have so many things contributing to our perception and to our awareness. So yeah, I think I'm going to do intelligence again. That raises a bunch of these things up really nice. So I think we'll do that. So look at that now, because we have items that increase other attributes and whatnot. A lot of these lore checks are now 50. Persuasion is still shitty, obviously, but like a lot of these are looking really good now. Tech use and logic just went up. That's huge. So I'm feeling really good about that. My guy sucks at coercion, commerce, persuasion. Things that a rogue trader probably should be good at, but that's why I have my advisors with me who have better skills at those things to kind of shore up some of what I'm lacking. But anywho, on to our next person. This person gets 2 levels. She gets 2 levels. She already had Inspire Courage. She already had Better Persuasion. Bunch of cool stuff here. Yeah, we've already seen these. So for hers, Fellowship or Willpower what are recommended? I would think probably Willpower, honestly. And it's not thrice, only because I'm reloading. Very good, One-Legged Dog. Very good. Yeah, except I need to like see how she plays in combat, because I don't know. Let me check with this stuff here. So if I look at origin talents, maybe that's the question. What is your origin? Biography, reputation, archetype. I want to look at her origin because these are psychic. These are psyker abilities. I remember seeing this at one point. There's one place where it shows things like your origin. This is reputation. That's odd that that reputation is tied to person. Whereas I would think reputation is for all of us. Unsanctioned, there we go. Unsanctioned psyker. So what are you? You are a navigator. Which, what I'm trying to figure out is the question of, do these cause degradation the way that psyker abilities cause degradation? When she casts spells, she's filling up a little meter that causes her head to explode sometimes and cause very bad things to happen. It's not a good time. There we go. 5% chance. 5% chance, yeah. Yeah, which is not good. So, what is your thingy? It's under features? Summary. No. Back to archetypes. So it doesn't really say, which I guess means her abilities are not psyker abilities. They seem pretty psyker-like to me, but there's no mention of the degradation issues and the chance for her head to explode and murder people. Also, unknown homeworld. That's kind of exciting. So yeah, so maybe I don't have to worry about things like those kinds of degradation skills. So maybe willpower wouldn't be as big of an issue then for her. Because willpower is very big for her. Her willpower is already quite good. Fellowship. Now, fellowship would work well for her character, because as from like a role-playing perspective. The way she has like her group of followers. I think she is our best persuader. She's not as good as awareness as I am. But yeah, for persuasion, she probably is the best. So that would be fellowship for sure. Willpower, what would that do for her? Withstand the horrors of the warp, all that jazz. Yeah, either of these are just good in general. Toughness is not very good. Weapon skill, bullet. Yeah, none of those would give a shit. Perception, maybe. But we already have perception pretty well covered with other characters. And she's not gonna be shooting at a lot of bad guys, I don't think. So I would say one of these two. I'm thinking fellowship. I'm thinking Arby's. I'm thinking fellowship. Let's do that one. And then, all right, so here's where it's gonna take a little bit to read through some of these options. Oh, except no, this one isn't quite as bad. This is these are common talents as opposed to characteristics. Or well, no characters. As opposed to like the more specific talents. So this will be a little bit quicker. I can't even favorite these if I wanted to. These are more generic. And a lot of them are pretty good, but again, I'm kind of kicking myself for doing the dual weapon thing for my guy, because I realize now that was not a good choice. And a lot of these, even if they're not exciting, they still are generally positive. Like they impact the character in a good way. Like this one, enemies have a hard time dodging your laser weapon attacks. I don't know if I'm gonna give her a laser weapon, but she'll probably have some sometimes. You know, nimble, she can dodge better. Like that's just nice. That's just a solid one. So the fact that I gave at least one of my guys a skill that he's really not gonna end up using too much, it's like, man, that could have been something cool. So I might respec that character entirely once we have a overabundance of resources. It gives you more health, a bunch of weapon proficiencies. So yeah, that's the one I got so excited. Second weapon in their current weapon set. I didn't realize. I think my issue there was the current weapon set part. I thought they meant inventory, the things you have equipped. Because you can have 4 weapons equipped, but you have 2 weapon sets. Or 2 sets of 2 arms, I guess. 2 sets of 2 hands. So I didn't understand what weapon set meant in that context. Now I do. That's like, shit, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But that's okay. That's okay. Check use. So I think I'll probably grab one of these. A navigator power that hasn't been used this combat. She gets better perception till the end of combat. That's kind of nice. Enemies damaged suffer additional damage from warp damage. Which I don't know if that would be these attacks specifically. Or Idara's attacks, since she is our psyker person. Every even turn, the navigator gains an additional... Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. I like that one a lot. Extra action points, that can be huge. Oh my god, I would just die for more action points. That sounds amazing. Dodge and hit chance reduced by the navigator. Perception bonus. What is my perception bonus with her? It's +5. I think it'll go to a +6 next level. So that's 10, -10 percent, I guess. Yeah, dodge and hit chance. And their line of sight, so they have a hard time avoiding her attacks and whatnot. Navigator path powers. I guess that means stuff that like is like in a cone or like a column shape or something. Every 5 bonus characteristic. Wait, hold on. Deals 1 more damage for every 5 bonus characteristics of the navigator's equipped staff. Castigating, infusing, and devastating count as characteristics. Huh. Well, I think her staff only has the one thingy on it, doesn't it? Look at her staff. Unless it means these two. Yeah, so I don't think... Yeah, I think it means these two here. So I don't think we have... I'm guessing that means there's going to be stuff later on that are really good. Along those lines. Right now, that doesn't seem very exciting. Five bonus characteristics, yeah. Now that doesn't seem very exciting. But maybe that'll get better. Unless they mean for every +5, which would be 2 in this case. But even then. Creature in combat gains the next turn, though navigator gains a stacking +5 to... Well, oh, that's nice. Because she has skills that give our guys more turns. More action points and more turns. And the base characters for such tests. That's kind of nice. I get 10 penalty to the next resistance test. That's pretty cool. Perception is higher than agility. Their dodge is calculated using perception instead. Oh, her perception is higher. Her perception is higher than agility. Much higher. That's not half bad. I might do that one. She's definitely going to get shot at, inevitably. It's just going to happen. Veil degradation. Oh, okay, so now we are talking about veil degradation. I was excited thinking this wouldn't be an issue, so maybe willpower would be the right call here then. Yeah. So navigator's ability veil degradation is reduced by 1. That might be the right call here, honestly. If now that I know there is indeed, there has to be some kind of downside here, so it makes sense. That makes sense. As much as I'm loath to admit it. Heals wins at the beginning of each turn for every navigator talent taken. Huh. Enemies moved by... Oh, whenever we move somebody. We, like, knock someone back. It's kind of cool. Those resistance test. They can get crit more. Okay. Suffer an additional 5 damage from all attacks of opportunity. Cannot dodge. That's kind of cool. That stable routes might be the safe choice here. Armor reduced by a decent bit. +5 to all things. The the end of combat. That's not too bad, but I don't know, resistance tests against warp effects. That's really nice against bad guy spellcasters for sure. That could be, I mean, we're eventually going to fight more bad guy spellcasters. That might be like a good call. Eventually. Plus 5 to fellowship, an additional, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. More armor. More movement points. I kind of like this one because I think we're going to be using her a lot to power up our bros, power up our homies. And I suspect there will be times later on where we're going to be fighting scary shit. They're going to be casting scary shit at us and we're going to have to make, you know, resistance saves. So that's probably the right call. It's under my protection. And maybe willpower, honestly, if we're talking about resisting effects of the warp. Let's do fellowship now. Because that will help us definitely overall. But willpower is pretty good right now. So let's do fellowship for now. But yeah, I would say this one. So that's for those two. Fellowship and under my protection. And then for this one, I think for this one, I'll probably do willpower. Fellowship and willpower. And then here are the more specific talents to her archetype. She is an officer. Officer, really? That's kind of surprising. What does officer do? Click out. Officer. Because that's... Huh. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have guessed that. I, remember, which one was officer? There was soldier. Oh, maybe that's melee specialist was officer. That wouldn't make sense. No, maybe that's a new archetype. Maybe that's like an archetype we couldn't select at the beginning. I'm not quite sure. Oh, it reset my selections. That's annoying. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, we said fellowship, and then we said under my protection. And then for this one, we're gonna say willpower. So it's a question of what other things do we go for. Yo, Aaron, what's up, buddy? Other Aaron. We have, once again, both Aarons. And he says, let's switch out the bomber friends. I got you, bud. Aaron, I don't know if you've ever played any Warhammer games. Well, this game is a Warhammer game. It's very dense. I am currently fighting a very skillful and devastating enemy. This enemy is well known amongst those who are into Warhammer games and kind of and CRPGs in general. Baldur's Gate likes. It's a very challenging enemy. It's called the level up screen, and I think I'm eventually gonna beat him, but it's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a bit. So he's got a lot. He's a complex beast. Fringe interest, yeah. I'm in the same boat. I've never played the tabletop, and I really have no desire to play the tabletop. But I like games in the game's periphery, in the series' periphery. Because I loved Bolt Gun. Loved Bolt Gun. What's up, 8-Bit Llama? Yeah, it's a frightening beast, that's for sure. And yeah, and it's intimidating just because there's a lot of depth in that series, and the lore is very elaborate and weird, and yeah, intimidating to say the least. Range is increased by 3, which is not a bad thing. I might mark that one. So yeah, I'm like looking through things to level up, and look how many talents you can select. A lot of these are like weapon proficiencies and like attribute bonuses, that kind of thing. A lot of them you can kind of skip over if you don't want to go for one of those, but some of these are, yeah, very specific. I think I already looked at these earlier. I think I said stable routes is one I might eventually go for. In fact, I might go for it for this level. So I definitely want to mark things that like seem interesting to me. The thumbs up recommended ones aren't always that good, as we've learned. Everyone gets more health temporarily. That's actually not bad. That would be good for like those moments when heroic acts are being used. What about a heroic axe? you use to like chop down a tree or something. When we use an ability on an ally, the ally gets a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill. That's not bad. They do stack, but half the stacks are lost at the end of each of the turn. It's a bit of a bummer. Rounded up, of course. So that is a bummer. What's that? What's that attribute? Governed by fellowship. Okay. Which we are raising up by 5 right now, obviously. So that might up it to a +5 instead. That's just okay. You'd have to use multiple abilities on allies to make that work, and I'm not sure how likely. Like, I don't know how long some of these bonus abilities are. Guess I could look. Let's actually look at what her abilities are. Maybe that would actually help. Kind of know what to expect here. Heroic Act. What about Heroic Axe? It's 1 to 10 for focus. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1 per 10. Oh, 1 per 10. Here, I'll reread that in a second. Yeah. It's on your radar though, Aaron? Yeah. If you've ever played like old school Baldur's Gate, maybe also new school Baldur's Gate, but I don't know really how that game compares. But definitely the older games. This seems quite similar. Yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah. Oh, it's 1 per 10 focus. Is focus an attribute? I didn't think it was. I thought the name of the skill was focus. Here, let's look more at this. The voice of command forces an ally to fully push. Oh, this raises. Wait, increasing their characteristics by +13. Their characteristics, like all of them? Oh my god, that's amazing. For 1 round. You can do this. Oh my god, that's amazing. Cannot be targeted by this ability again for the next 2 rounds. Still, that's incredible. That's like, you get supercharged. Everything goes up by fucking 13. Now, that doesn't make the bonuses go up by 13. It probably makes the bonuses go up by like 1 or 2, but still, that's significant. Played the old ones? Yeah. Yeah, I've never played original Baldur's Gate. I did play Icewind Dale, and I really enjoyed it. The game is not easy, but it's very good. That's a super good skill. Grants an ally extra turn with action points. That's so good. I love that one. So she is very good at powering up our bros. Extra turn with full. Wow, that's amazing. There's just no attack limit on the extra turn. It's just about attack points. Or action points. That's extraordinary. Unlimited range. Sure. Oh, this is a heroic act. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, that's so stupid. And that's a desperate measure, yeah. But that's just a standard ability. That's crazy. And this is the 1 attack she gets. They have to pass willpower tests, so they get stunned. Damn, man. Yeah. Regardless of whether or not this character becomes our waifu or not, I think she might be my favorite just because she's such a fucking badass. These skills fucking rock. Oh my god. These skills slap. They slap. They boggle. They florp. They flap. Amazing. Yeah, I think we're gonna do again. It like keeps deselecting my selections. Yeah, that under my protection. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna be using her skills to power up our bros for sure. So yeah, we were talking about this one. So we're gonna be using abilities to up the ante for sure. Yeah. So every time you use it, if we were to go for this one, every time you use a helping skill to your bros, it goes up by 4. But that bonus, half the bonus goes away at the end of the turn. You can keep, like, you could apply it again to that same person, but would you really want to? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I'll mark it for now. I can't use this one right now. Oh, I already have this one, right? Wait, I already have that one? You get temporary wins. I don't actually really like that one, honestly. An ability for the first time in a round, they get 5 extra. They get 5 temporary hit points. That's just okay, honestly. I don't know. I think that was one of the starting skills for her, so I might respect that out from her. I don't know if I love that one. It's increased by 1. I never did figure out what resolve does. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, we did remember. Oh, yeah, that's the momentum one. Okay. It's more intelligent, so we get the heroic abilities more often, which is nice. That is good. I don't know if that's a thumbs up one, but it's good. Additional movement points. That's nice. Bonus to all resistance tests. That's good. That's actually pretty good. 2 times. It's a percentage, right? Yeah, be it 2 times. It might be actually. It's gonna be 5 or 6 actually. So it's either 10 or 12. It's pretty good. Mark that. One more action point. They suffer damage? Oh man. I don't like that one. That's awful. If they finish their extra turn using this ability with 0 attack points, they take 5 damage. I don't like that. Some of these are mean. Some of these have some fierce downsides. If the bonus remains until the end of combat, does not stack with itself. Counts as an officer. Ooh, that's really good. I like that a lot. Oh man, that could be huge actually. For some of these that, like, if they're under the effect of a bonus, they get these nice things. That's sick. Officer's next attack will... Ooh, that's kind of nice too, actually. By any character. Damn, that's sick. That could be really good for, like, long fights and boss battles, that kind of thing. Times in 1 turn. That doesn't grant an extra turn. They gain the witness stand witness effect. The next archetype ability that does not get an extra turn will also affect the officer. That's kind of cool actually. But a lot of the effects, the things we have right now, add turns. So I don't know if that's very good right now, but that might get good later. So I'll go ahead and start it for later levels. Officer's ability or talent that grants temporary wounds. That's pretty cool. It does not stack. The weapon skill. Weapon skill. Oh, not the officer. The officer doesn't gain it. The ally gains it. That's weapon, though, which would be melee, I think, right? Yeah, close combat. That would only really be helpful for melee people. We only have 1 melee person. I'll, like, read these quickly, even though I can't get them right now. I think that's a heal skill. That's kind of cool. Every once in a while, I'll probably have to re-review some of these as we get more abilities unlocked. That's kind of cool. The first turn, she gets an extra bonus turn that is exclusively for powering up our bros. That way she doesn't have to use the second, like her actual turn, powering people up. She could be attacking if she wanted to. I don't know though, I feel like I'm gonna want to not necessarily put her in a lot of harm's way. So I don't know that I feel like she will work best as a person that primarily is like a cleric, powering up our bros and boosting them. Not almost said boofing. Not boofing them, no. Not shoving them up her ass. No, don't boof your allies. Don't boof your allies. Unless, I mean, you have to really establish some consent. You gotta, there's some, you have to really trust somebody. That's a trust exercise right there. Don't boof your allies. Don't do it, Farsight. Don't do it. No, boost. It's like my brain wanted to say buff, and then the other part of my brain wanted to say boost, so I mushed them together. Now, Brett Kavanaugh might have butt-chugged some beer. I don't know if he's ever butt-chugged a person. He might have done some bad, some not good stuff to some people, but I don't think he ever butt-chugged somebody. But listen, I like beer, okay? I like beer, and I'm gonna cry about it. Sorry, I know I don't want to get too political here, but yeah, I can't help but let the cynicism creep in just a little cynicism as a treat. Just, yeah, April Llama says, Alex, don't judge the substance or people that we boof in our free time behind closed doors. 10 willpower, fellowship when they have less than... I mean, if I do my job right, she won't be less than 50 health. She doesn't have a ton of health anyway. That's a little scary. What's up, Johnson? Thank you for the kitty cat parties. Actually, no, that's wait, hold on. Are those your... Yeah, those are your emotes, right? They're kitty cats. Oh no, that's Aaron's. Yeah, it's a doggy. That's a Shiba. I thought that was your emote. I was like, it's cats. Clearly. Oh, artist koala baritone channel Mallory Valor. There we go. There we go. We got there. We got there. Yeah. No, you're right. When I mouse over, I saw koala baritone. I was like, yo, Aaron made that one. There we go. There. Yeah. There, I was gonna say, I know you have a rainbow cat emote. I was waiting for it. Stray further from God, where we belong. Far away from the light. Well into the fucked up darkness. Fucked up dankness. That ally also gains +1 to all characteristics. Man, that's cool. Whenever they get action points, does it stack? It doesn't say if it stacks. For every action point granted until the end of combat. I'm assuming it does not stack. I'm assuming if it doesn't say it, because that could be extremely cool. But I don't think it's... I'll go ahead and mark it. I might, like, look that up offline at some point just to see if it stacks. That'd be so fucking cool. The rest of these, I think we've already seen. The idea of giving her, like, heavy weapons is very funny to me. She does have long arms. She does have long, spindly arms. Spindly, bimbly, wimbly, bimbly arms. More perception is nice. I'm gonna, like, mark some of these. 2 times... It's a percentage. Oh, it's percentage. It's not half bad. So perception... I think it's a +5 right now. It might become a +6 later. Oh, that's probably what Ogasa was getting at. Yeah, it probably... When it gets to 100, it would become 10. Probably how, like, the bonuses work. So, like, 40. This one's 40. This is probably a +4. Yeah. This is a 25. This is probably a +2. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Elgaso. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out what you were getting at. So anyway. Didn't we already get Ebb and Flow? No, I didn't, but that's a really good one. That's a really good one. But yeah, this one, so her perception. So right now it's a +5. It'll soon be a +6. So yeah, 10%. 10% more damage from warp damage. So that's spells that she casts as well as Adira. That's pretty good, too. It stacks for each hit. That's extremely cool. Wow, that's extremely... That could get really disgusting. Again, for boss battles. I'm thinking for scary fights later ahead, not so much for chump battles. Only equipped staff. Yeah, that one, I don't know. I don't see how that one could really come in handy because we don't have any staves that have a lot of characteristics on them. That's actually pretty cool too. More willpower. Wasn't there one that says her dodge skill is based on willpower or perception instead of agility? Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm gonna have a hard time picking some of these. Huh. I remember passing by this one earlier. This is indeed a strange one. He has 5 health at the start of every turn and gains health back for every navigator talent taken. Then I think that's what these are. There's a play 1 for every creature killed in between the beginning of every turn, though. That's... If I'm understanding this correct, that means you get up, you gain a health, heals wounds, at the start of every turn, plus like 1 or 2, because we have a number of navigator talents, and it increases by 1 for every creature killed in between the turn. So are we just gaining like 7, 8, 9? Because her max health is 24. There's no way that's working the way that I think it does. I'm gonna mark that so I can look that up later. That sounds bazonkers. The bulbous, yeah, that was a very fun glitch, Farsight. You did show me that picture. Pure chaos from the spicy thingies. Your bowels wish to leave this realm. Your intestines wish to leave this realm. Tell them too bad, and they're stuck purely inside your tum-tums. The spicy nugs, the spicy thingies sound nice. The tum-tum being upset sounds less enjoyable, but I hope they were tasty. I've been there. Oh yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, maybe not from spicy specifically, but just in general. I think that's pretty much all of them. The rest of these are good for sure. But I think we've like marked the ones that are most interesting to me. I feel like stable routes is probably the like safe call here. I'm kind of surprised though. That's the only one that we've seen that even makes mention of Veil Degradation. So maybe Veil Degradation just isn't a big problem for her. And if not, maybe that means I can go elsewhere. So maybe I don't go for this one. Pass Unscathed sounds so nice because she's gonna not be in melee range ever if I do my job right. But she's gonna get shot at. It's going to happen because she's a spellcaster. So, and her perception is going to be going up over time because we're gonna be putting points into it. Well, maybe not perception. Fellowship and willpower for sure. But her perception is just very high. Her agility is jack shit. So, right now is 30 plus targets us, our agility. Her agility is a +3, obviously. So right now it's 30 plus 3, and then the attacker's perception, which we don't know, obviously, but probably like 3 or 4 or 5. So instead, it could be... So right now, dodge is 85, which is pretty good, but... Oh no, this raises it to 85. Damn. That's actually really cool that it shows you the numbers before you commit. Now, this number will go down as we go later into the game. Right now, this is like the way this says that it says somewhere. I don't know if it says on here right now, but these numbers are based on average encounter in this chapter. So in chapter 1, things are pretty chill. Chapter 4, things will be wild and weird. So this number will inevitably go down. Still, though, that's huge, and that will keep her alive and not dead. And I like that. So we'll do that. Pass unscathed. And then, yeah, fellowship. We could level up perception even more if we wanted to, but I think that's fine. We did fellowship over here. Let's do willpower here. Okay. So we got her leveled up. That willpower goes up to a +6. That's pretty sick. I feel good about that. We got a lot of good stuff for her. Unblinking stare. Yeah, I saw that one too. Just the stare emote. I don't have that one added to 7-zip, but yes, that one though. They were very good. It was very tasty. No booty hole evacuation. I respect it. Yeah, this game is good. This game is good. It's a little dense. You can tell I am trying to learn as much as I can within reason. It is very good. It's a very, very good video game. The little chilies and then pays for later Farsight. Yeah, but they're so tasty. Even if it does cause explosions. Sometimes they're plastic. Oh, God. Hopefully they're not plastic. For 3 meals in a row. That might have something to do with it, Johnson. Yeah. Yeah. That might have something to do with it. So only so many nuggies. Adult nuggies. When you say adult nuggies, you mean spicy nuggies, right? So now we recognize, of course, some of these skills. We're going to see some familiarity here. Although she's an operative. So this is the stuff with my skills that we saw. So she will sometimes trigger exploits. Sometimes. So I'll mark that for her as well. I'm tempted to give this to her as well, because she will sometimes attack things that have a lot of health and blast the dick out of them, which would be great. So that will sometimes happen. Her perception's pretty good, but it's not that good. They lose movement points, and their damage is reduced next turn. We don't need multiple people with passive learning. I'm not going to give that one to her. Based on intelligence. Her intelligence is not very good. That's not a good one. And 5 cells when the operative attacks the operative or the allied, they get an exploit. That's just okay, honestly. While the perception bonus is 10 or higher, they gain more action points. That's really cool, but I don't know if we're ever going to get a high enough perception bonus. That's like a later on kind of thing. Oh, there you go, Johnson. Yeah, they take after their mommy. Take after their mother. They're from the same... I actually would have never guessed that, Johnson. Very, very different emotes. With different little faces. Little kitty cat faces. Ooh, don't have the points for Farsight. Good things come to those who wait. In this case, it's me. So you're gonna come to me then, is what I mean. Very good. It's what I've always wanted. She's not moved. She gets better ballistic damage. That would make sense, because we don't move her around super, super often, especially because her spells usually have very good range. And that's not just for, oh, ballistic. Well, I mean, yeah, that's if she's doing shooty pooties. Which is good, but again, for boss battles, we're going to be using spells more often. Most of the time, at least. That'd be about 10. 10 cells or farther. That's still pretty far. And that's... It says ballistics. That attack deals more damage. It doesn't necessarily say with ballistics. Yeah, that actually could be kind of nice. That might include spells. Otherwise, we've already seen all these others. I'm not going to mark any of those other ones. And then down here... Oh, right, there's some psycho-specific ones, yeah. Removes this effect, yeah. Get an additional armor protection. 9 successful dodges or parries. And their allies combined grants her more armor action points. That's kind of nice. 110,000, goddamn. I was going to say, Johnson, we were like 90% there to summoning Cthulhu. Easy peasy. Unnatural luck. Divination on an ally without the effect. That ally gains protection from crits for a bit. For one hit, they get protection from one hit. From one crit, that is. Taking damage. Have a hard time resisting. Until the end of combat, which is really cool. It does. I don't think it stacks, though. Yeah, we already have pain channeling. Snacking, penalty, dodge and parry. For every 6th use, that's a lot of psychic powers. That we wouldn't be able to use that many, unfortunately. Okay. I know there's a few down here. I'm gonna mark that one. I remember that one. Increase momentum. It costs less action points. Force weapon attacks. I still don't know what force weapon attacks mean. what they are. I'm guessing like spells, I guess. Psi rating. Oh, right. Yeah, we can't raise our psi rating anytime soon. Yeah, that's like a level 10 thing, I think. Okay. That's a pretty good one, too, in case we do get into melee combat. Suckers uncover resistance to... Okay, so it's gonna be one of these four, I think. These are all, like, pretty cool, but I think the stuff down here is more interesting. And I'm thinking it's probably gonna be this one, honestly. Oh, cool. Thank you, Agasa. Yes, like the staffs, the staves, that kind of thing. What if I'm Cthulhu? Agasa says, I doubt it. What? You don't think I could pull off being Cthulhu? Am I not? Is it because I'm short and mortal and not very strong or intimidating? You mean all these years you've hung out here, I've never once made you like bleed out of your eyeballs or your nose or made you dream of octopuses or anything? That's disappointing. Zero tentacles? I mean, I've got one little dangly one, but it's not very big. Lack of tentacles? Yeah. Did you read his mind? Okay, maybe Ogaso's Cthulhu. Maybe that's how. I don't know what Ogaso looks like. For all I know, he could be an octopus demon typing at his keyboard right now. So maybe the way he knows that I'm not Cthulhu is because he's Cthulhu. We can't have multiple. Come on, that'd be silly. What's that +3 based on? That is ballistic skill. Based on ballistic skill, really? Because that's actually pretty cool. 6 cells are farther away. We have to raise ballistics to make it do a damn thing. Ugh, I don't love that. So, we'll do stabilizing factor. That's the right call here. And then I want to say just willpower, honestly. I would just raise it up to a +7. Intelligence is good. Her intelligence is kind of dog shit right now. And perception is a good idea across the board. But yeah, I'm going to say willpower. So now she has a +7. Maybe I'll leave willpower alone. Maybe I'll like raise perception next. Probably wouldn't be a shabby idea. Intestinally challenged human and also cat overlord. They got all those arms, all those, yeah, that's right, a lot of appendages. Octobeards? Hell yeah. Octobeards. Is that some Davy Jones kind of vibes with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? 2 thumbs and a Samsung Galaxy S9. I have an S8? No. What do I have? An S69? I can't remember. I think it's like an S... No, my old one is an S8. I think this is like an S12. And the cats buy the phone. Sometimes I'll do that too. Like, I'll like hand the phone to Ferret in particular, the younger of the 2 cats. I'll hand it to him and he'll like kind of teefers. He won't do like a full chomp. He'll just kind of like rub his face and like kind of nibble on the edges. And you can see he'll like nibble a little bit and then he'll do this. So we got like because it doesn't taste good. And then he'll like look at it and then he'll like kind of teeth at it again. Then I don't like this. He has to remind himself that it doesn't taste good. But he has to try it. He has to try it just to remind himself. Not a ton of things to select here, which makes it simple. We already have Endure, which is awesome. Personal. Oh, I can't collect these, yeah. So you already have this one. Sworn enemy. Makes a target, gaining toughness. Okay, our toughness is good. So gaining more armor and damage on melee attack against that target. And we get more action points when they target us. That's pretty sick. Is it per round? One enemy creature within a 12 cell radius. It's 1 round. It costs an action point, though. That's pretty cool, though. Next melee attack. Gains armor penetration and bonus damage and ignores parry chances. If they survive an attack enhanced by this ability, they will attack the warrior in return. Oh, I don't like that. It's like a bonus. Yeah, it's because it's reckless. I don't like that. Why is that recommended? I don't like that. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability just gets a bonus attack, including ranged fellas. He likes to know on the phones. He does. Do Shayna or Ferret like hugs? No. No, they do not. They are more inclined to tolerate it if Gracie is the hugger, but they don't love it. They like cuddles. They like being pet, mostly. Sometimes Ferret gets bitey. Sometimes he gets a little bitey, but he'll purr while he's biting, so you know he's like playing. But yeah, not hugs though. If I have seen Farsight's cat, I don't know if you have actually. I don't know if I've seen the kitty cats from Farsight. He's a princess. That sounds adorable. Yeah, there's all the strength for a crushing strike. Next melee attack crushes the enemy, pushes the enemy away. That can be good. I don't know if I've ever had a situation where I want the fella farther away. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess that could be nice if I wanted to then charge them. So 1 plus strength, which is, so that'd be 5 divided by 2. I don't know if it rounds up. That's just kind of okay, honestly. So far, Sworn Enemy is the clear winner here. Draw their attention, becomes priority target. That's kind of nice, because I want to draw aggro sometime. That's extremely good. I think I'm gonna star that one for later on. Break on through to the other side. Slash ability. I see this slash ability? Oh, it tells it down here. Agility bonus divided by 2. I think his agility is not great. So really that'd be 1. 1 round, 1 charge for this round. Can't be used in the same time as charge. Okay. Dash through an enemy. The cell. Wait, through an enemy to the cell on the enemy's opposite side. Oh, that's cool. So it's a cool movement ability. Does not provoke an attack of opportunity. Can be applied once for 1 target per round. So you could, if you had high enough agility, you could slash across, if you had the armor points for it, action points, you could slash through multiple bad guys and land on like one dude and fuck their shit up. But again, you have to have the action points for it. It is not cheap. Sworn Enemy is for me, the obvious choice here. That's extremely cool. And it only costs 1 action point. So that's fucking no-brainer right there. So do that. And then I would say, oh, it's skills. That's kind of random. Carouse is 60, which is pretty good. Athletics, which is pretty good. Coercion. I might actually go coercion. Well, hold on. Demolition would not be worthwhile. Medicaid would also be not worthwhile. I think we have people that are better at coercion, so I would say it's gonna be one of these two. Athletics or carouse. Probably. Wish I could see who else has the better athletics right now. I'm thinking athletics. Although that's kind of nice too. I'm gonna actually look who has the better of these two, carouse and athletics. I think his is probably the highest. I'm gonna click out of these real quick. So mine is dog shit. Hers is not great. Hers is expectedly not great. Okay, yeah, so his is the best for both of them. So I'll probably do athletics. Got Sworn Enemy and athletics. There we go. There's 1 rank available. I think when I say complete, there we go. It locks it in. Good. Spoilt kitty cat. That sounds wonderful. All right. Ballistics. Probably ballistics. I don't know what I did last time. Agility is good. Lets him dodge better. Perception, strength, willpower. Yeah, probably ballistics and makes her shoot more gooder. Agility feeds into its AGI. Demolition, which is nice. It's 50 right now. I think we're doing ballistics. I did ballistics last time, so I might start putting more into agility eventually. But I'll say ballistics right now, and then I will also say Let's see, dashes in the selective direction, spinning all movement points, no attacks of opportunity. Not through obstacles. That's not half bad, and it does not cost action, or action points. It costs movement points, but not action points. So if we need to get out of dodge, if there's a melee guy trying to fuck our shit up, and we need to get out of dodge and not incur attacks of opportunity, that's a pretty nice thing to be able to do. About to open fire. Soldier and their allies will automatically... Oh, that's cool. Because there have been so many times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to fire and hurt my buddy. I might do this one. That's extremely cool. That's extremely cool, because yeah, that allows us to not hurt our bros. Spends all their stuff and gains a bonus to... Oh, cover efficiency. Okay. Running gun. They gain back... Whoa, that's sick. They gain it back. Plus 1 additional attack point, or action point. Resets cooldown. That's really cool. So you hunker down for 1 round, and then you have an extremely productive second round. And you get a bunch of cover for the round when you're doing it, when you're like kind of chilling. That's sick. So if like the bad guy is moving and they're out of your range, you can like hide and be extra safe for a bit and then get all those action points back. That's super cool. I like that a lot. Now that's action points. That does not mean being able to shoot more necessarily. You'd still be able to shoot once. Unless you use run and gun. It doesn't reset the cooldown for run and gun, yeah. That's still pretty cool. I'm gonna mark that one. I mean, these are all pretty solid so far. Next range attack made by the soldier deals a hefty percentage of damage. That's huge. Holy shit, that's amazing. Area attack, ranged area attack. So 60. Hold on, my ballistic that's gonna be 65% better damage. That's huge. My god, that's amazing. So that plus controlled shot could be just disgusting. That's amazing. Rapid fire. Burst of attacks will have its rate of fire doubled, but deal less damage. All the shots will follow random trajectories. Okay, that's just hilarious. Just random shots. God, I love all of these. That's so stupid. I love all of them. I love all of them so much. But controlled shot is the right call because so much of the time, our tank is in melee combat, as a tank should be, and we don't want to shoot into melee because we don't want to risk hurting our bro. Controlled shot will let us not hurt our bro. But man, concentrated fire is just... I'm almost wondering if this was a mistake. Do they mean 5 plus 10 times ballistic skill percent? Because that's like 65% for the next area attack. That's just... That seems unfair. That seems busted. So I wonder if they're gonna patch that. That just seems wrong. Oh man, but yeah, controlled shot is the right call here. So there we go. We got everyone leveled up, baby. It took us over an hour. And there were some deliberations. There were some memes. But don't we all feel powerful now? Don't we all feel strong? I'm gonna save. That was some, and we started a bunch of things. So now, not only do we do all that, but that was an investment for our future. Because now future leveling decisions will be much shorter. All right. I think I've talked to everybody. We talked to Voxmaster Vignus. Yeah, we could try the fellowship thing. I don't know if this is like a one-time thing. And if it is, I should probably wait for that fellowship to go up a little bit more. Whoops. So, remind me who the fuck are you? What do the Vox spirits brought you? She's like, sorry, nothing for now. We got nothing. Doggy pet begs for pets. Aw, what a little buddy. He wants food. There you go. he will hit you with the sass. His name is Bell. The fat clangers. I've actually never heard the term clangers before, but I love it. All these guys. Now, of course, we talked to our extremely tall waifu.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our students.
Oh, she has such a nice voice. What does the sight reveal?
You are engulfed in clouds the color of dark umber. They carry an old pain and doubt.
I don't think I remember this, actually. It was grayed out like I'd clicked it, but I don't think I remember this one too much. The greatest ball itching session. Meerkat, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud, Meerkat. I wish... Hold on. Do I want to say I wish I was Meerkat's balls, or that I wish Meerkat was scratching my balls, or both, But regardless, I'm proud of you, and I'm a little envious, a little bit. So she reaches for my shoulder. Strange feeling of relief comes over you. Lungs fully opened. You can take a deep breath for the first time in ages. So she like touches our shoulder. Oh, it's so romantic. She touches our shoulder, and we like feel good. But she says there's an old pain and some doubt.
I beg forgiveness for my inappropriate behavior. When I see such oppressive colors, I immediately want to paint them a different hue, to disperse them. I already mentioned I cannot control it, except this time, I thought I would be able to, for whatever reason.
Oh, she's so flustered. Oh, senpai, senpai, I just wanted to help. You can't. I'm doing with the thing with my fingers. I just wanted to help. Sorry, senpai. I couldn't help it. That's the vibe. Has Gib... Yeah, I was like, what is a stun? Yeah, nuts. Yeah, I've never heard that term, stun. Asthma and a heart murmur, yeah. I only do that during work. Boss makes $1 while I make a dime. That's why I masturbate on company time. Oh, what a good buddy, Johnson. But during paid hours, there you go. Yeah, during paid hours, there we go. She shyly smooths her already, oh, you know me, just, you know, that kind of thing. Very nice. So I think we've already had all the talks with her. All the conversation topics.
The hues flicker and intersperse, merging into a single wave. It's about to crash. Forgive me, but I cannot satisfy your curiosity.
Your curiosity.
Perhaps later.
So same thing with
I have enjoyed your company.
I just freaking blanked on her name. Adira? Same thing with Adira, like she can't always like do the future reading. Well, I guess Adira's more about future reading. Cassia is more about like reading your soul, reading your emotions. I don't know. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of both, but like they can't do it all the time. There's a cooldown to it. When do we that is the frequent conversation, Meerkat. Which of the characters is our waifu? Is it extremely tall navigator, spellcaster, emotion, reader and projector lady? Is it shoot lady? Shoot nun lady? The nun who is a battle wizard, battle sister? Or is it other spellcaster lady? Spellcaster insano lady. And there's really no bad choices here. I think they're all valid. The answer ideally would be yes. The answer, which one do you want? The answer would be yes, ideally. Fiery Reckoning. Right, because we read about that earlier. Cats have nuts. Well, yes, correct. Correct, Johnson. Yes. Wish them for them not to smell like piss. Yes, very accurate. Impregnating the extremely tall emotion spellcaster lady gets you demon babies? Maybe. I mean, yeah. I thought that was by design. Yeah, Sister of Battle. Yeah. Cat, he just goes on full on, but yeah, Ferret sometimes goes for like little play bites, but never like full on like big chompies. 8 foot tall, muscle, mountain of muscle and anger. That would be a Space Marine. And again, I think there is a Space Marine character you can eventually get. I don't know if it's a dude or a dude. That's probably a dude if I had to guess. Oh, it does sound nice, Johnson. I mean, kittens are a lot of work, obviously, but they're so fun. So, he's heard the name. Part of an operation that Mort was put in charge of, the previous kind of sergeant-at-arms that served Theodora. It was kept under wraps, though. Maybe talk to Factotum. Okay. Let's take my leave. Because, yeah, that was the thing we read about previously. And we couldn't find anything definitive on it. Abelard had nothing new for us, I don't think. Yeah, nothing new. Guy's doing his thing. Let's talk to this guy real quick. I think I already asked about the fiery something or another, and yeah, I don't see it on here. I think we already asked about it previously. More about the people from who buy our plunder. We give these things to profit, of course. Okay, yeah, I don't see it on here, so we probably already asked about it then. I was wondering if there was gonna be like a side quest involving the fiery Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman, the fiery poops, the fiery, whatever that name of that ship was called. Maybe Adira? Maybe she would have something on it. Where is she? I think she's on the other side. What's it like being a psyker? Is it cool? Or is it terrifying?
Psyker feels their connection with the warp in their...
Yeah, I think we've already had that conversation with her. Okay. Anybody over here? I don't know if they've even gone over to the side. Technomad over here just chilling. Okay. Well, yeah, nothing definitive, and we've really looked around our bridge area enough as it is. Let's do some questing. Sister of Battle is compatible to Space Marine, but yeah, that would make sense, Meerkat, yeah. Peppy's done many chomps, many full-on chomps. Very devious. But he's a little sweetie, though. Took him to dog grooming. Interesting. He was gonna hunt mice. Now he just lounges. Aw, what a little buddy. No sense of fear. That's impressive and adorable. It's an artificial facility. So that's what that means. Can I check the journal real quick? Looking for trouble. So Rykadi Minoris might be my next thing. Because we don't know where the Machine Spirit Keeper, the Engine Seer, will be found. We definitely want to bolster our numbers with people at Rykadi Minoris. So I would say let's go there next. Let me just slowly swoosh on over and begin scan. What that is? Extractium. It's a mobile. Okay, so we don't have any of them then. No mobile outposts. Deployed. Oh, and it probably gives you resources over time, I'm guessing. The sizes of these women. Well, I'm assuming that Argenta is normal sized, and Argenta and Adira are normal sized. We don't know how tall Cassia is, but there was, like, when we first met her, the description said she is unnaturally tall, has shockingly long limbs, has gills, unlike, I think, well, yeah, actually you can kind of see, sort of like on her neck, has a third eye covered by this head dressing, bright, like blood red eyes with, I guess, no pupils maybe. So, you know, a striking, a visually striking appearance for sure. So, yeah, there's that. There's that. So we did the scan. There's no resources here, but I think now, how do I say, like, do things? Hull integrity. Do I say void ship management? Oh, minoris, not majoris. I'm a dingus. Minoris. So I guess there's nothing for us at majoris then, because we were looking for trouble. We're looking for an interrogator here. This one's done, right? No, it's not. Search yielded any results, right? Went to the navigator, yeah, so we're looking for that interrogator, right, okay. What's this one? Prison planet. Is that what this is? I guess it would have to be. The name is all like fucking weird. This one has lots of stuff. Maybe we save that one for last. Maybe because that has like all kinds of stuff. This one only has a single objective. That one's already explored. This is that one. Futurama Amazonian or Wonder Woman? Yeah, good question. Good question. Doesn't mean all of our other folks are like regular size, so I guess it's all kind of relative. You know, you can kind of tell based on the silhouettes. I can't look at it right now. There's some commotion on the officer's deck. The lady navigator left her quarters and is in the ward room. Uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Your extremely tall purple wife is wandering around in the I don't know what a ward room is, but everyone's scared of her. We're all very afraid of her. I grew a quarter-inch Johnson. Could you tell me how? I could always use more inches. Wink, ladies and or gentlemen. The inseam's shrunk. There you go. Maybe some salt. Oh, maybe that was probably part of it too. Sisters of Battle. Yeah, I don't think Argenta is like overtly tall. She doesn't appear to be, at least. Although, of course, I'm 5'3". To me, everyone is tall. To me, every like normal person is tall.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The regular folks, yeah. It just makes them appear large. Yeah, that would make sense. And they usually often wear like bulky armor. 5'11" and 3/8, exactly. The Sisters of Battle. It's tall, but it's not like, oh my god. Like I know many a lady that is like beyond 6 foot tall, and it's, I mean, yeah, they're tall, but it's not like, oh my god, they're fucking wild. She's reading the dusty tomes, neglected by the other officers. Hides a weathered book behind her back. Oh, she's reading. Yo, what kind of smut she reading? What? Hopefully, she was reading something really spicy. The title alone is not enough to hold everyone's attention all the time. I see you're fond of reading. We'll like take the positive approach, but I do want to ask about the book.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times...
Yeah, not 8 foot, exactly. Space Marines are freaks of nature.
So
before the armor.
In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
I just like that report where the guy's like, oh, your purple girlfriend is walking around. We're all very scared of her. Could you come get her, please? She's in the library reading a book. Who fucking cares? Yeah, we're all afraid. Do my servants not measure up to your standards? We'll ask how she's doing. We'll be nice.
The navigators of House or
and she's like, bitch, please.
Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
is reserved and pointedly decorous to create distance.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
All right, just trying to be chill about this whole thing.
No, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
It means that he's used to her literally bleeding him so that his blood can be used for her paintings. Yo, look at that experience, though. Good shit. It was worth it. If it turns out short, or she is short, she's rejected or given taller shoes. Okay, I like the taller shoe aspect. That's fun. Motherfucking 40k, that's right. Some heels that make you 6 foot, Johnson. There you go. Yeah, Gracie has a couple. She doesn't wear like very tall heels, but sometimes she'll wear heels to, you know, stuff we go to, and they'll make her exactly the same height as me. So it's like, oh, look at you. You grew up nice and tall. No, I've never tried wearing her heels, but I imagine if I would, it would make me so powerful. So very powerful. So yeah, when we talked about the fact that when we asked her like, oh yeah, how is it with ours, the people here, the crew here versus your own crew? And she was like, no, my main guy, Uwe, he does great being my one servant. And now she's like, she kind of cringes a little bit. Oh, and part of it is that she's like self-conscious about her looks because she's got the clawed fingies and she's got the third eye, so she's like self-conscious. She was saying earlier how it's like, no, I'm used to this kind of thing. I'm used to being viewed differently. But even though she says she's used to it, she's still self-conscious, which is understandable. I think any of us would be.
Oh, this.
Oh, this old thing.
I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
And one thing to note here, it's written works by a naval commander, and she mentioned she really likes our melee guy who used to be in the Navy. I wonder if there's a little something going on there. A little something, you feel me?
Had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines.
The power heals, yes! I love it.
Only in my sparse
I love it, Farside. I'm all about it, baby.
Escape into the pages of more embellished works.
So she couldn't read a whole lot back then.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs.
Oh shit, she's onto us, boys and girls.
Enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as
Fellow feelings? Oh, our waifu.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct.
Blush, is she? I think I understand why. So I did a little bit of research about this game because I was trying to find a couple of things about like certain skills and whatnot, and I happened to do a search for like one skill that she has, and it landed me on a subreddit page where everybody, I didn't read very far into it, but I saw the comments were universally positive about Cassia. Everyone loves Cassia, and like everyone loves their tall purple wife. I think I'm starting to understand why. There's a lot of like fun playfulness, which is kind of it's kind of refreshing, honestly, because so much of Warhammer is so fucked up and terrible. The feelings are more complicated. All right, yeah, I don't know like how hard we want to like throw ourselves into like full-on romance necessarily, but you know, little bit of playfulness never hurt anybody. Share them with others. Yeah, I think that's a nice one. That's nice. Feel empathy for a mutant. Yeah, I think it's nice. I think it's nice, but like I worry if we go that approach, it could like alien. It like it could be weird. It could be too much. You know, you want these things to build naturally. You don't want to like rush things. Don't want to appear desperate. Like come on. Want it to be a natural kind of thing.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand.
Primness, that's a cool word.
Right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
In her heart? Aw, that's so sweet.
At the same
Nice
time,
emotion in a game that is devoid of emotion so much of the time.
new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
I think it's nice. It's so sweet. Get their legs hacked to the oh my god. So if you're too short, power heals. If you're too tall, you just whittle the legs down. That's fucked. That is fucked. Don't make fun of a lady's feelings who's captivated me. Oh, that second one though. Oh man. Some amusement elsewhere. Maybe it's my penis. Again, maybe it's a bit too forward. Your manner of addressing me as if I were your friend. You know, if we wanted to be like fucking domineering and mean. I don't know. I worry about like being too like too direct and like too desperate and like alienating someone. She's been on our ship for like 5 minutes. So I say we go like the measured approach, you know, the measured, you know, kind approach. A lot of these are kind of mean. We'll do this one.
Indeed. I did not know.
Yeah, we don't want to bully, we want to be nice.
I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
So, I think what happened is that, like, when she first happened upon this room, we got a report and people were like, hey, the purple, tall, pretty lady is walking around the library and she's scaring everybody. Could you go talk to her? And, like, presumably we had an entourage of officers, you know, following us. And then, like, we get to talking, and then one of them was like, oh, they're, like, having a conversation. And then they're like, oh, this conversation is, like, about emotions and feelings. You know, let's like, we don't, listen, we don't want to cockbuck anybody. Let's give them some privacy. As overcome by your rare beauty. Proceed straight to my chambers. Oh, man. Which one do we go? Yo, maybe we go for the first one. Maybe we like, we it's like a chessboard, you know? Maybe it's time we make a daring move. I know, Master Train, I know. They're so forward. But you know what? Maybe fortune favors the bold. Then I wish to disturb you. Let's roll the dice. What's the worst that'll happen? She feels insulted. She uses her brain powers. She melts the retinas of my eyes, shrivels my testicles like raisins, and then turns my asshole inside out, then launches me into space. That would be the worst thing, actually. Yeah, that tracks. That would be the worst thing. But we have autosaves, so we're probably fine. Yeah, Johnny Space, exactly. Well, so I don't know what the extent is, Johnson, but there are romances in this game. I don't know to what extent they blossom into. I don't think there are like 18 plus scenes in this game like there are in Baldur's Gate 3, but I think there are romances that can happen. Let's be bold. Oh,
Words like that
oh, the colors. Oh,
could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with.
so she was like a little taken aback, but eyes fluttering, a delicate blush. Oh, oh. So like, you know, the words say like, whoa, easy, but the emotions say, oh, so daring, so charming. Now, I got an achievement just now. You can't see this. You can't see this achievement, dear viewer. But started a romance. Unlocked at 11:44 p.m. So I don't think that, like, are we Facebook official? Are we husband and wife now? No, I think it's like, you know, a move had been made. But anyway, there we go. Is it time for Space Titty? Listen. We gave her a compliment. I'm not. Listen, I'm married. I'm a married man. So I've at least wooed one person. Gracie has been wooed by me at least once in her life. But I'll say this much. I think it takes more than complimenting a woman once on her appearance for Space Titties to happen, all right? I think it takes a little bit more than that. Just throwing that out there. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you know, or rather any flavor of titties. It probably, you know, these things, they take time. She wants you to look at, you're right, she wants me to look at space porn and read space romance and then come back and learn how to talk to space ladies, yes. Gith Yankee titties? Gith yitties? If you will. Meerkat says, I've gotten titties for less. Honestly, I respect it, Meerkat. For you and for the supplier of the titties. So she was like, all right. And she was like, clearly a little flustered. And then she's like, I gotta go. And she curtsies. Oh, so to be clear, if he dematerializes, that was amazing. If we do get a chance to abscond to our private quarters with this nice lady, will her mute manservant go with us? Is he gonna sit in the, you know how some hotels have like the chair? There's like the bed and then there's a chair. Is he gonna sit in the chair and watch? I don't know. We can also read, we can read a thing. How to express your feelings to a noble lady. There you go. I know. I don't want to say it, Farsight, but yes. He observed, Master Train gets it. He has to ensure her needs are met. Her needs are being met. Don't neglect the clitoris. She really likes it. A little bit to the left, except he can't talk because his tongue has been shortened surgically to 0. So he'll just, maybe he would like use his hands and like guide us. No, lower. Promise me, trust me. It's gonna be lower. She likes it that way. Yeah. Never in a bra. Mine either, Johnson. Samesies. One wrong move. One wrong move. Honestly, good for both of you. Honestly, good for you and Joey and the cats. Yeah, the guiding hand. Well, again, he can't talk, so he's got to help out somehow. There's a PowerPoint. Yeah, he's got a PowerPoint presentation and a little laser pointer pointing it at the screen. Yeah, I got the G-spot. I was thinking like, yeah, he would gently encourage more clitoris action or foreplay. So how do we express our feelings to a noble lady. Yeah, exactly, Master. She left us an instruction book on how to wee a nice lady. How to wee a nice lady? How to woo a nice lady. Maybe wee on a nice lady. Maybe she's into that. I don't know. Yeah. He's just filling out a report card. A grade sheet. A refined lady. Maintain pointed courtesy. Never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words. Yo, let me see that. Yeah, let me see that booty. Don't just fucking shout that. Remember that a relationship begins with the right choice of words. Compliments accentuate her finest qualities. Don't put her in a position of discomfort. Elegant and well-spoken, with genuine warmth, may bring about a change in the lady's eyes and other regions as she looks upon you. Once the interaction has grown intimate, remember the simple rules of etiquette. Should she drop her handkerchief like, oops, an accident, perform the following gesture. Pick up the handkerchief, wait a moment, bring the handkerchief to her lips, touch it lightly to yours before returning it to the lady. It will assure the lady of the seriousness of your intentions. To be clear, I'm not supposed to wipe my penis with it before handing it back to her. Or my ass, for that matter. I'm not supposed to wipe anything else. A little disappointing, but I respect it. I'm trying to learn the ways of space culture. If space titties are to enter the equation, I want to make sure I understand the space rules. Only Pippi wears clothes. By wears clothes, do you mean a collar? Because we all can agree if a pet is not wearing a collar, they're naked. But if they are wearing a collar, they are fully clothed. Yeah, exactly, Johnson. Yeah, not that kind of crudity, although I enjoy the crudeness. Flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. Patience, loyalty, impeccability, and not making fun of how tall and purple and gilled she is the way to do it. There we go. I'm gonna collect that. That's going into the collection. All right, anything else here? Also, am I gonna turn around and there's gonna be like a flock of people at the door listening? Like I'm gonna open the door and like 14 servants and officers are gonna fucking flop over the floor and be like, oh shit, we weren't listening. They all had like cups to the door. We weren't spying on you, we promise. One of them was looking in the peephole trying to see space tits. Trying to see some purple space titties. I'm like, listen. She's a classy lady. These things, they take time, okay? He wears little kitty cat sweaters. Aw, that's so sweet. A little buddy. Oh, that's right. I remember this room. Yeah, we fought a battle in this room. This is a cool replica of the ship. I was just kind of looking around to see if there's anything else worth snagging. Back to the bridge. Back this way. Is this also to the bridge? That is a dead end. Yeah. Okay. Only one way to go, and that is up. To the bridgerino. Kitty cat sweaters. We've never tried to get the cats to wear any kind of clothes. Barrett or Shayna. We suspect neither of them would appreciate it. We did get Shayna to wear a little handkerchief for about 10 seconds. And she tolerated it. She tolerated it for about 10 seconds longer than I expected. Enough to snap like 40 photos. I went rapid fire because I knew she was gonna like, she was gonna wriggle out of it very soon. But I got some good photos of her being a little cutie patootie. Not that it's very hard for her to do so. Is everyone calmed now that our purple girlfriend is not scaring people in the library? Our purple wife. I don't want this. I wish for those kinds of interactions to not scare people. Actually, I'm curious if there's more dialogue options available now. Like, yeah, Abelard. Like, would he have opinions?
Lord Captain.
Scan you from head to toe with his scrutinizing gaze, but no new stuff here.
Wish, Lord Captain. Of course.
Oh, actually, yeah, I already asked him about his family. I remember that.
A noble.
Yeah, nothing else new.
Lord.
And there's this one still. Now, this did go up, but that was after we leveled up. Oh, the Vox Spirits. No information. Okay. Interesting that it shows as clickable every time. Even if there is nothing new. In a sweater. Oh, that's so sweet.
How boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Stimulating conversations. Let's talk about us. Ooh, ooh. Do we? Do we? Or do we wait? Do we wait and let these things blossom? Do we wait and let these things blossom? Actually, ask about this. Yeah, that's the decision point. But I need to use the restroom. I'm gonna take a BRB. I need to use the restroom. Let us proceed.
Right here? Are you sure?
Let's discuss other things. So apparently I guess we are in a relationship. So you compliment somebody once, and then that's it. Then you're in a relationship. So let's discuss other things.
Of course. Let us turn from personal matters to
So,
more pressing concerns.
There are no other conversation topics right now, other than you could, put the kibosh on it if you wanted to, obviously.
I have enjoyed your company.
I am kind of curious if there's some kind of thing, some kind of like measure of how your character is perceived by other characters. Like if there's something that summarizes, like, here's how this person thinks about you, like some kind of measurement or some kind of like bar of they like this, they dislike this, like that kind of thing. But so far, I think that's all hidden behind the scenes. I don't think that's ever exposed to the player. Yeah. So I think we just kind of have to figure that out based on like soft observances, as opposed to hardcore, concise measurements, that kind of thing. Would anybody be anti-space titties? I don't know. Evil anti-titty ninjas, maybe? Evil anti-titty, menaces to anti-titty society. That's all I can think of, honestly. That's right, yeah, we were en route to this place when we got interrupted by our purple girlfriend scaring everybody. Man, what is it now, Vignus? Vig D's nuts. Sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. Where Sarian is also there. Anyway, we went like 5 minutes of traveling in space. We just can't get anywhere with these people. Is he gonna admonish me for talking with this nice lady? Is maybe where Zari and his team anti-space titties? Shit's fucked up, Captain. Go. Yeah, let's have a little talk, a little rock talk. What's that? Oh, look at us on our mechanized throne. That's so cool. Oh, we never even stand up. We're just chilling. Voices raised in anger. Antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. So this person right here is causing a ruckus. Lieutenant, explain yourself. Oh, side quest. She's trying not to falter here, or not to crumple, by the way. But I must speak to the Lord Captain. This better be important. I mean, honestly, we're the kind of Lord Captain where we're like, no, it's fine. Bullshit, like, the decorum, the fucking pomp and circumstance, I don't fucking care. You can talk to me, it's fine, I don't give a shit. Logged on your personal file without delay, he says. It probably is important. I don't think these people take this kind of shit lightly, honestly. A real event. Alright, what do you got? Are you gonna vent to me? But on a serious note. Falls silent and then adds rashly, it is extreme importance and urgency. Yeah, it's the best chairs, yeah. Maybe she's gonna tell us that somebody within my crew is anti-space titties. And that it would be grounds for massive executions, at minimum. A report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge. 1 minute to state your business. Yes, speak. An assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the worker strike. I believe the step is unwarranted, that the crisis was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Oh, she's like, yeah, this is not the kind of news that she wants to report to us, but it's important and it has to be done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who would dare refuse such a thing for our side? A skeptical huff. The actions of oh shit, where's Arian? You did something. A mutiny or a massacre could be at hands. She's been preparing. She's been trying to bolster up the courage to say this. How did all this start? Could boil over. I'll give you the condensed version. The enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. Reported up to the chain, arranged for a cleansing, opened an investigation. No heretics are alive, but the search brought tensions between enforcers and workers. And I'm saying over here like, yo, this has been bubbling over and no one told me about it. And Wazarian's like, listen, it was not important enough to bring to your attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. It happens, you know, sometimes a 1,000 or so workers try to murder us. We deal with it, right? A revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the ship. It took a month to restore order. 8 years later, still on the still battling rumors that the hero survived the execution and was going to try to rise up again. It says we have enough enforcers to deal with the situation at hand. But word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salve from 100 bolters. The rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly. We will quell the unrest. Break up brawls in the mess room. Yeah, Abelard's over here saying none of this is worth the rogue trader's attention. Sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving. Wazarian, what do you think? And he said, or no, or rather, how does he factor into this? He says, I will explain. I shall speak as long as I see fit, he says. And establish order to the way things are done here. It is my role to ensure that to like deal with these kinds of moments, internal problems, that kind of thing. Okay. So he says yes, there was a revolting of sorts, and I dealt with the matter. And then she says, Rosarian, you did too much. You took it too far. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for the whole sector. There's a strike in the lower decks in Depot 4. 3 worker clans involved, but many more are passively supporting them. It could become an insurrection. When I reported my concerns, the only response I received was to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. What is Depot 4? One of the poorest sectors. Home to laborers. Not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized systems for generations. So saith Abelard. He says they're a replaceable resource. It's poor and troubled, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rot gut brewing. Rot gut, that doesn't sound good. We've handled the workers in the past. We would have done so again. The crackdown hadn't been so harsh. Problem is not limited to this one sector. As on one of the most populated lower decks, everything that happens there has a knock-on effect. What do you have to say, Abelard? He says, there's nothing to add. Within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interest of the Protectorate, blah, blah, blah. Go down to the lower decks, stop the assault, speak to the people. You can inspire them to not fuck shit up. Oh, that's so sweet, John. So we got little kitty cat kisses. I will deal with it myself. I will. I'm the fucking leader. I can handle it. And there... Oh, hold on. We got a raid. Yo, we got Glanzer. What's up, buddy? Thank you, Glanzer. We are doing some we're trading some rogues. Or I guess I'm the rogue doing the trading. Thank you, my friend. Very generous of you. We are playing a cool game. We are right now we are an esteemed Lord Captain of this vessel. We are a rogue trader serving the interests of the Imperium, and we're like the top dog on this badass spaceship flying space cathedral. And an officer has informed us of a mutiny forming in the lower decks. Our like head officer bodyguard guy is like, no, we'll just like kill everybody that is like being mean or is threatening to mutiny. And the lieutenant officer is like, listen, if you just talk to the people, we could maybe avoid killing hundreds of people, maybe, I guess. So we have a choice. Do we talk to the people, or do we just let violence do the answer? It's like, no. We will handle this ourselves. We will talk to the peeps. A champion of the people. Anyway, enough about me. Glanzern, thank you. Thank you for the raid. If you have any clips you want to share, you probably know this. Whenever someone raids me, I always love to offer, at least, to show any clips. If there was a fun moment from a recent stream you'd like to show off, I'd love it. If you had something, no pressure, obviously, but if you got a clippy, we can all watch it together and get to see what kind of antics you were up to. I see you are doing some. Now I've actually never heard of this game, South Park Phone Destroyer. I've never heard of that one, but yes, I am enjoying this game so far. I'm actually playing it via Dare Drop, and that includes the fact that we have some dares we're working towards to unlock, or rather, dares we're working to achieve. And once we complete these dares, we get extra Steam keys to give away to viewers. We got a ways to go because we're only at kind of the starting. We're in like the second act of chapter 1, so we got a good probably stream or two of chapter 1 left before we get into chapter 2, and the nearest one of those dares is to beat chapter 2, so we got a ways to go. But we'll have Steam keys to give away after a bit, which will be fun. Also, Mallory, good to see you, bud. Yeah. That's right. That's where I know your screen name, Glens. That's right. Yeah, fellow Dare Drop homie. Good stuff. Got some cross blitz. There we go. Yeah. So you know all about the stuff. You got the chapter 2. Yeah, so you know. Yeah, Glanzer knows all too well. It's a long game. I'm liking the game a lot, but it is a very long and very dense game. Lots of text, lots of lore dumps, lots of like navigating through menus and understanding systems. It's a lot, but it is an Owlcat Games game, and they of course made the other Pathfinder games, Wrath of the Righteous and Kingmaker. They're all very dense and all very complicated, and a lot of meat, a lot of heft to them, but I'm liking them a lot so far. Yeah, 80 hours, you're probably right, honestly, yeah. But like I said, Glanzern, appreciate you very much for rating me, and the offer is on the table if you got any fun clips you want to share. Does not have to be from a recent stream, could have been from a year ago or 12 years ago. Does not matter, but if you got something you want to show off, I'd love to see it, because you've done me a solid by rating me. The least I can do is to say, like, as a thank you, is to say, oh, what's something I can do to show to my folks that we're already watching, so we can, like, you know, cross-pollinate our peeps. People could get a little taste of your content. Wasteland. I've never played the Wasteland series, but I know that is a CRPG series that is more akin to like old school Fallout, old school Baldur's Gate. This game has a lot of that for sure. But anyway, yes. So we said we will take on the mantle of addressing this mutiny that is forming. Take care of business ourselves. We want to be that kind of leader that takes care of shit. We want to be active and attentive and badass. And Abelard's like, oh, he's breaking decorum. How dare he? He says, but at least let me escort you. Fine. So there might be a fight. I'll bring everybody. We'll bring everybody. These two are mandatory. Let's see if we can dialogue our way through this situation and avoid combat. We'll see. What's up, Violet? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, this game's really good though. This game is really good. I know, Glancer, you said you're thinking about jumping on this bad boy. It's very good. Yeah, this weekend it's a good one. You've probably heard there are some bugs. This person's a little nervous. There are some bugs. I haven't really encountered anything too spicy. But I have seen on the Steam reviews that for some of the later chapters, there have been some somewhat gnarly bugs that have caused some problems for folks. They're patching this game on a near daily basis. So, you know, it's a bummer when a game is released in a buggy state, you know, when it's like they're clearly still trying to iron out the kinks. It's a shame when that happens, but to the developers' credit, they're hitting this game real fucking hard with patches, trying to, you know, polish things off. So, And apparently this is a common thing with Owlcat games. Supposedly with Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, and Kingmaker, when those games came out, people were advised to like not buy the games for like a month or two to let those patches, those bug fixes kind of roll out. Seems like this is a similar situation, but for what it is, I'm enjoying it so far. Blew up a nuke. It happens. It happens. Sometimes you hit the big red button when you didn't mean to. It happens to the best of us. It won't detonate it, right? Yeah, what's this big red button do? Surely there's going to be like a safeguard on it, right? Followed by instant explosions. All right, we get cutscene time. Where Zarian, she throws a poison shit bomb at him. He just stands there. Does not bat an eye, does not flinch. Startlingly human gesture, and a telling one. Yeah, he's trying to like... He tries to have a impenetrable veneer, they say, of self-assurance, but even he is like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is ridiculous. It was a museum. Yeah, clearly this is... Yeah, who leaves a fucking live explosive in a museum? A source of endless problems. I wish we could regret the humans with just robot cybernetic drones to carry out these tasks. They dared to disrespect a senior officer. They were shouting your name. So yeah, this area is part of his duties. I said duties. He says, I try to insulate you from this kind of bullshit. I've personally intervened on more than one occasion. That's why they know me. They do not know your face. We're a creature of legend. We're so cool. We're so cool. But I'm the guy that they all know and somewhat fear. They dared to disrespect a senior officer. Yes, that's that. But us being here is part of how this happens. It is a junior officer's worst failing to pass the buck up the chain of command. I've never been able to abide it, he says. Says it was a mistake to come here. Lieutenant is by no means, so yeah, so he's like, the lieutenant that brought us here is fine. Anyway, let's keep moving. A little bit of like shit, like little, I don't know, alchemy, like some kind of alchemy flask. I don't know, whatever it was, but it was a minor issue. Nobles from the upper decks here to see us. A nest made of thermal insulation materials. That's what makes up their little bunks. What's your story? Lower deck rabble. Rabble, that's a fun word. Oh, should I just turn this valve? Maybe I shouldn't just start turning valves randomly. Although I do see this is doing a thing. So I can't like actually click it. It's just there.
The appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes though, you just fire your biggest cannon.
Who's talking right now? I just heard a random soliloquy to the audience.
Keep your wits about you.
About you. Some more things to turn. I mean, there's clearly this very obvious environmental effect damaging thing happening over here. Going for a stroll is good for you. See how the simple folk live. So air, water, heat, and steam, all that jazz. Oh yeah, a whole lot of that. Here's this guy, another rabble. Everyone's like, wow, nobles are here. They're so cool. There's Arvilla. He's pointing sternly at this fella. What's going on here? What's the meaning of this? Heated discussion. Oh, that's one of the enforcers. So it is reaching a boiling point. When an end to the unrest, purge the sector, he says. Only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the emperor himself. Yeah, Yeah, it's like, well, he at least approves of the conversation as a whole, in general. And then she's like, oh shit, you guys are here. Some locals on the way here. The conduct was outrageous. Oh, they did throw things at this guy. He said, and then one of the options is fucking shoot and murder everyone. All right, what's going on here? Striking workers. People have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including the leaders. Situation is under control as far as resources allow. All right, so yeah, there was some not good conduct. People threw shit at stuff, threw shit at people. That is, they're getting desperate. The assault unit thought it meant the worst. It says we'll deal with them once the current situation is resolved. I want to speak to the strikers. Yeah, and then my bodyguard, or like, he's not really a bodyguard. He's the first officer. He's like, good. And she's like, sure. And then she says, also good luck. Good luck. Don't get fucking murdered. So a path is open. I do want to explore a little bit more before we go down, in case there's other stuff. Oh man, this is where the striking is happening. Okay. Anything over here? I think the answer is probably not. And I'm trying to take care not to go down this way because clearly there's some stuff going on, and I can't even click in these vents even though they are highlightable, vents and valves and such. So they threw this shit bag at us. There's a door we can open. Oh. Yes. Container can be seen. Examining the pipe will allow you to reach it. A container. What did it say? Oh, not you. Container can be seen beyond the bars. It can? I just see the valve. It says inspect it. Unless they meet on this side, maybe?
Top or get left in the dust.
What do you think? Can I talk to you? She says this is depressing. Okay, yeah. No, I actually don't see anything. It just says, yeah. Examine the pipe. Well, I don't see. Would you reach it? Yeah, I don't see shit. I'm like clicking around. Maybe we'll come back here later. At a later date, and that'll have something clickable. Can I go through here? There's some goods down there. It feels a little weird looting my own ship. Actually, I guess I'm technically looting the bowels of like the lower decks. So I might be stealing from my own peeps. But I guess what's on the ship is mine, so I guess it's okay. 'Cause I'm confiscating this. Actually, that's kind of nice. The machine right set would be helpful. Yeah. We'll call that's our tip for handling this situation manually and all that jazz. They have a frenzy. Movement point frenzy. Interesting. I'm surprised that shows up right now. Since we're all out of combat. But I guess like if combat were to start. Attached letters, runs on the edge, first names. So I guess, what is it? Like name tags? Oh, it's just a box of tools. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, do they build name tags for people? What the hell? All right, well, we've seen all there is to see. Let's quell an uprising, shall we? Unless there was anything over here, but I don't think we can like go down or anything or go up. I can't do anything with this. All right, let's talk to the mutiny people, the mutinying people. What's the meaning of this? They stare apprehensively. Typical inhabitants of the lower decks. Simple clothing, but some are armed. Various levels of mutation. Some barely discernible. Others outright grotesque. And then some people present themselves. Rivet is his name. He's a frog. That would be if it was Rivet. A mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy. An elder... Oh, it's a lady? Oh, it's a dude. Okay, anyway. Come down to see us. Oh, I think it's... Yeah, they're probably talking about that lady right there. What is troubling you? Why is you striking? Striking, he says. We're just asking questions, saying what we think. They're doing one of those like, listen, we're just asking questions. And throwing bags of shit at people. The damned enforcers are all over us down here, she says. It's too much. Looking for cultists, one wrong word. Yeah, it's some like Inquisition bullshit, obviously. Kind of a thing that Pathfinder's all about. They love to inquisit. They want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole base for weeks, so people get sick and freeze. Two children have died from inflammation in the lungs because of the enforcers. But you can see that affects Argenta, which is actually impressive. That's impressive that a sister of battle would like genuinely be sad for like the plight of the common people. Specifically the death of children. That's interesting that like, I mean, I wouldn't imagine Sisters of Battle would be like just emotionless killing machines that feel nothing ever. But I'm impressed that like she specifically was like, is very taken by that. The only enforcer officer who stood up for us, right. But a mother from the lower decks grew up amid ships. No feel, and others have no feeling. Yeah, no feeling towards us specifically. There's no villains. We're honest workers. Plotted no disorder. We're on strike openly, and now there's guns pointed at us. Yeah. They're humanitarian workers, so yeah, they really are battle nuns. Yeah. Compassionist. That's impressive. I didn't realize that the nun aspect was that pronounced for the Sisters of Battle. I really thought it was more about the Killinations. But yeah, when in the rare occasion when the bolters are not actively being fired into the skulls of heretics, there's like actual humanitarian stuff being done. Abelard, what do you think? Says, I authorize the use of necessary measures to locate the Chaos Worshippers. The specific steps were not reported to me, he says. Nevertheless, the actions were probably justified, he says. Cultists are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Explain the attacks to us, small as they were, towards us. I want to hear all the sides. Take in all the deets. People have been pushed to the limit and now they're lashing out. Them's is how it goes. Them's is how it goes. Our clans are inside the bay that have been sealed off, but the lower decks are enormous. We're getting it from all sides. Soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. Death squads are here. Shit's fucked up. Yep. The words genuinely seem sincere. So saith my awareness. The news the attack has shocked, but that's the other thing. Like the fact that somebody like threw something at our party does genuinely shock them as well. So our intel informs us that this is honest. Like this is not them being like, hey, we're secretly scheming. We'll go ahead and say this one too. And see what they say about this. They found a, what's that word? Guga on a dead drunk dude. Not sure if it was evil or forbidden. The enforcers said they're looking for heretics. So we know our own people. That wouldn't happen. Also, I keep noticing this one dude's shoulder keeps spazzing out a little bit. It keeps goofing out. So we promised we would have reported it. Whatever this amulet is, it was taken off the dead body. There's no cultist breathing here for sure. When that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with were... No one's ever treated these books in... Oh, wait. These decks and boots so fine, she says. Interesting. So, the drunk dude that died apparently had, like, really nice clothes, I guess. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us, she says. The boots were really nice, he says. Might as well take them. The amulet must have been pocketed by somebody who didn't know any better. We don't need amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. says, we are people of faith, I promise. Argenta says, whoa, 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 whoa. Weren't you taught about the dangers of heretics? Unfamiliar objects could be one of them. Last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one, she says. That is regrettable, yeah. Who you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics, yeah. Alright, well, what changes do you want? Villain originally meant rabble or villager. So these people are peasants. Oh, yeah, I would very much assume so. Sisters of Battle are the best and worst of humanity. Just a bauble. Yeah, trinket. That makes sense. Asking us bilge rats, he says. He says, rein in the enforcers. It's too much. And want them gone from here. And we want to be armed. We'll govern ourselves. Defend ourselves. These cultists who show their faces. I think lowering the fuckery, I think, is reasonable. Arming them might be a tough one. That might be a tough one. It says that the enforcers will always be here, probably. What do we need weapons for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. Yeah, so there's even disagreements along the ranks. The people making requests, that is, as far as like what is the right call. If they stop hassling us, that's enough. Find the scavengers who rob the cultist bodies and talk to them. That's something, yeah, and that's a threat I would like investigated too. I want real change, yes. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth as if planning to agree. Oh, so Rivet's over here like, I want to, me too, I want to talk, Have a good night, Johnson. Thanks for hanging out, bud. What do you think, Abelard? Scavenging for boots and actually picking up a heretical amulet does not convince me, he says. Moments away from rebelling and maybe even becoming minions of chaos. What begins as petty thievery can turn into a bigger problem. I've seen it before, he says. There was once a sergeant in the Imperial Guard regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic, and his whole unit lost their lives for it. When they managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which had grown through all the rows of beds like a metal choking vine. Malcontents, strikers, whatever they turn into next, my verdict is simple. Give them no quarter, he says. My coercion is pretty high, so, or rather, her coercion, Cassia's coercion. Maybe also her corrosion. She might be able to melt shit with acid. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. Enforcers are needed to maintain oversight. Withdraw these demands, we'll consider the rest. So that's a bit of a risk. That is a bit of a risk. The other options is enforcers to be withdrawn and give them weapons and just see how it goes. Or we like start murdering. This is the option I would like the most. I wish there was something where we could say, listen, we're not going to arm you guys. That's too much. But we're going to lighten up on the enforcer stuff. Let's try this one. It did succeed. The Lord Captain himself is offering concessions. It's a start. I don't know a single person who's even seen the rogue trader, much less, you know, agree to talk to people. He says that's good enough for now. Yeah, so this is how it goes sometimes. Even with these kinds of efforts, there's a disagreement among the ranks. That's just how it goes. Want to make peace with the enforcers. Let's make our peace. Okay, cool. The persecution will stop. And let's try to work together on this. Yes. Yeah, let's do that one. I think that's the middle ground. You know, the lifelong fence sitter, right? That's the middle ground to look for. Yeah. Yeah, we wanna be, I guess that's the iconoclast direction of like trying to champion the people. All right, and they'll try their darndest to look for bad shit. And Abelard is none too pleased. I'm curious if there's like a thing I could, if there's like a thing I can do to like read a log. I didn't catch what he said just there. Something about like, oh, this is so fucked up. So I don't know if there was like a log or like a command prompt, even something of like all the stuff that has been said. Even just now, but it was probably something along the lines of like Abelard being like, I don't like this, but hey man, you're the boss, whatever. Whatevskis. So everything else is fine. This is the guy that had the funny shoulder. He's got a cool cape. Hey, I've got a cool cape. Actually, I guess a bunch of us have cool capes, come to think of it.
Always have a backup plan.
Anything else while we're here? More valves to turn. Nobles from the upper decks. Start of each ship is marked. Yeah, it's like a little journal or entry, like a ledger. We get another key for unlocking stuff. Got some resources that I'm stealing from myself to myself, I guess. Heat sink warms the air to a scorching temperature. Warmest part of the bay. Wait, what did it say? Workers have dragged desk chairs here. Oh yeah, like if they want to warm up. That's not a bad idea, honestly. I have a feeling we're going to come back here at some point in the future and we'll have to like turn these valves ourselves to adjust pressure. Like if, I don't know, if like so there's some kind of malfunction and we have to fix parts of the ship or try to prevent things from blowing up. But anyway, yeah, so we non-violently quelled what seemed to be a mutiny forming. Yeah, no violence, no murders. We're gonna like ease up on the whole enforcer shit being a constant thing, and hopefully like the people here are gonna be happier for a bit and not, you know, throw shit bombs at us maybe. An urgent matter, he says. Is Abelard gonna take his side and be like, listen, you gotta like kill people sometimes. You gotta shoot your workers in the face with a gun sometimes. You gotta do it. You're being too nice. Stop being so fucking nice. I think he's extremely mad. Are you pleased with your investigation? Yeah, actually, I kind of am. I'm feeling pretty proud of myself right now. I feel like I handled that pretty well. It says this disloyal rabble. He showed them leniency. He says you're appearing as a weak leader. And I'm over. Now, yeah, we could take a couple approaches. I solved the problem. You allowed the revolt to happen. I could play that card too. Or do we be like, you know, listen, I get it. No, I don't know. I'll take this approach. I solved the problem, but why did you have to be the one to do it? What could it cost you? He says, I could have handled it myself. It would have just involved a couple of dozen, maybe 100 or so deaths. Do you think Theodora ever set a single foot into the lower decks? Of course not. No, of course not. This is how she handled it differently. If she had spent more time here on these trifling matters, maybe she would. Oh shit! Oh, would we play that card? That's disrespectful, but I kind of like it. There's a new Lord Captain abroad. There's gonna be some changes around here. I would be only too willing to trust in my. So Seneschal, I guess, is the rank or first officer, what have you. Oh. And I will not repeat her mistake. Yeah, I kind of want to play that card. He will be offended by it, but at the same time, yeah, I mean there was heretical nonsense forming here that slipped under everyone's radar. Just I commend your decisiveness, but these new protocols scare me. He says I lost my temper. He says, listen. I know I'm like lost my restraint here. A prosperity here is not just a phrase, an empty phrase, he says. I left the Imperial Navy to make this happen. As I trust the rogue trader, mission, all that jazz. We do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. He says, that's what I'm all about right now. This is important to me. This is a reckless venture. She trusted me with all the concerns that she did not have time for. Listen, I know this is going to be like a minimum 80-hour game. I got time for this, dude. I got the time. And it gets me more experience. To me, it's a no-brainer. Helps me level up my peeps. Go on flagships, go off the flagship for long periods. So I'd be the one to run the show while she was gone. Things would quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed. Yep, I remember. I was there for that shit. All this has been rough on me, he says. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty bound, he says. And it's my job to insulate you from this petty bullshit. Procedures that were established long ago that I'm running with, they've run well up until now. She trusted these procedures and she died for it. I won't make the same mistake. And I could tell him to look forward and not live in the past. Start living in the new world, where you and I have decisions to make. Just as important to me, the only person who's comprehensive knowledge of all the roads. I value what she created, and I trust the situation is an aberration in the otherwise smooth operation. No plans to rely on your judgment or your tried and tested procedure. Yeah, as always, some of these are kind of mean. I kind of like this one. And he's like, he's hopefully there's like a lesson to be learned here where it's like we need to evolve, you know, we need to grow and learn. So your resolve is admirable. You're a strong leader. Remember this moment for future moments of friction. They will happen. So let's get the fuck out of here. All right, good talk. Good rock talk. Let's head back upstairs to our purple wife. Our extremely tall purple wife. No, so to be clear, we started the journey from something minoris to something majoris, like they're the same, almost the same name, and we got like 1/10 the way there. We had to deal with one thing. We got another 10th the way there. We have to do another thing, and we leveled up again. You see, we get more experience when we deal with this petty bullshit. Suddenly, this petty bullshit has a payoff, baby. It's got a payday. So, and again, we've already like looked at a bunch of shit, which is nice. We got some new skills to play with. Labia Majoris. I wanted to say it, El Gaso. I wanted to say it, but I was like, no. It's too early. It's too early in the relationship with our purple wife. That, you know, those things will happen naturally. You think the purple carpet matches the purple drape? Anyway, moving on. Actually, her hair's not purple. Her hair is like silver. Yeah, that's for future us to find out. And our penis. So precise attack. Let's see. Next attack against a target affected by an exploit. That target's cover efficiency is reduced and has a better hit chance. So it doesn't do more damage, it's just more likely to hit. That's at mods before we're here to pull the trigger. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. I was like, wait, mod the game to make vaginas? Oh, no. You mean like you are here to encourage me. You're here to encourage me, you know, to encourage my worst and or best habits. I thought you meant like mods to it, like third-party mods to, you know, add culture to the game. Joint analysis. Until my next turn, their allies' attacks also remove exploits and deal the damage. I like that on the one hand, but on the other hand, sometimes I want to build up the exploits to get the get the bigger damage. So I don't know if I want to go for that one, honestly. Operative gains more cover efficiency and more ballistics and all those things. It lasts until we move. It does not stack. I like that a lot. Intimidation. Next non-area attack. Do I even get area attacks? inflicts the intimidated area effect. Oh, I'm sorry, the intimidated effect on the first target hit by the attack. And all enemies in a 5-cell radius also get hit by it. So what is the intimidated effect? Damage dealt by intimidated enemies is reduced. Oh, they do less damage to us. By 2 times, so 10%. Until my next turn. This negative effect is doubled for enemies with less than 3. So what is my intelligence? Less than. Wait. It's doubled for less than 15. Ultimately, 15% armor. Less than 15%. So very unarmored. Yeah. The thing is, my armor is not very high, and I'm at 20%. So I don't know if that would proc too often, but that's still pretty cool, and it happens a lot, it seems. That's pretty good. So I'll mark that one too. Removes 1 exploit from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around a point. Then 10 cells from me. There's only 1 enemy in the area. We removes all exploit stacks. And then everybody else gains armor based on the exploits removed. And if there were 4 or more removed, then I gain a bunch of damage until the end of combat. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, and that could get like pretty disgusting in a fun way. That's pretty. I like that one too. I think I like Perfect Spot the most. All these cost 1, which is nice. So the ones I like the most are the ones that are not recommended. Yeah, I think these are new abilities that we just got access to. We get to pick one. I really like that one. I frequently have my guy in cover, and that seems like the right call here. 15 to ballistic skill is sick. That is real sick. But yeah, this one's really cool, and especially because it adds a percentage of armor, which is not really that great, necessarily. Like, if there's like 5 or 6 exploits, then you're getting up to, yeah, 10%, 12% armor. That's nice. But the one that gives me more damage is really cool, too. And the intimidation is nice, too. Same kind of thing, though. Like, my perception is 5, so 10% less damage. And it does even better if they don't have a lot of armor. But again, 15% armor. That's a tough one, because that's a pretty low minimum, and that's going to be really hard to find for later in the game. This is always something that will be good for us. Let's go with that one. Tech use is an obvious one to consider. Logic wouldn't be a half bad idea either. Those are both pretty high. Awareness is really good. Medicae, I think I leave Medicae to somebody else. The lore checks, I leave to other people too. Yeah, let's, I would say one of these. We do tech use a lot. We also logic a lot. Affected by intelligence. My intelligence is 50. Tech use is based on perception. Also 50. It really doesn't matter. I'll say logic for now. No, awareness, though, is tempting. Notice traps. Yeah, that's definitely procced a bunch. Let's do awareness. Yeah, that sounds nice. I don't think I've leveled awareness yet, so that's good. It's good. All right. On to the next folks. So we get a whole bunch of options for this lady. Whole bunch of options for purple lady. So encourages an ally who recovers from burning, bleeding, and toxin. And if they're under a voice of command, they get health back. Temporarily, at least. So that's pretty nice. So that instantly... And that's just a single action point. Now, I think... Yeah, I think that just costs action points. I don't think that's a arcane ability or a warp ability. So that just, yeah, makes them not stunned, makes them not bleeding, makes them not be poisoned. So you just yell at somebody and they stop bleeding to death, which is pretty cool. Increases the resolve, which is nice until the end of combat. That's really nice. They get more action points. Yo, that's sick. That's a good one too. Damn. Grants an ally more movement points. And they can ignore attacks of opportunity. That's good. I like it. And only target allies who have enemies adjacent to them. All melee attacks made by the target deal more damage, equal to her fellowship. So 4 divided by 2, multiplied by the number of adjacent enemies. So 2 times if there's 2 enemies, so 4. So that's all right. If they're under voice of command, though, they make an attack of opportunity against an adjacent enemy. Just automatically. So a free attack. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll go ahead and star that one. What's up, Aleph? Good to see you, buddy. Ignore cover, have double the effective distance. That's pretty cool. Ignore enemy dodge. Whoa, that's cool. Damage from this attack cannot be reduced for any reason. That's pretty cool. Take aim is pretty sick. Target gains 5 multiplied by willpower. So 30%. 5 times 6%. Because willpower is WP. So 30% increase hit chance on their next attack. Dodge on the next dodge. Resistance on the next resistance check. That's pretty cool. Each of these bonuses disappear independently after successes are applied. That's sick. That's really good. What chapter is this? Still chapter 1. Still chapter 1. We've been doing a lot of side quests and that kind of thing. Glimpse of fate or reveal the reality would enable this one. Decreases veil degradation by, oh, that's good, by 6 points. I'm assuming WP bonus is, yeah, this thing. 6 points. Wow. All allies against, I'm sorry, they gain deflection damage against, wow. That's pretty baller. Now it costs 2 armor or action points. Can't get it right now, but that's something for the future. I like a lot of these, man. This is hard to choose. Gains points to willpower and toughness till the end of combat. That's good. Allies that have at least 1 melee weapon in one of their weapon sets gains an additional turn. Damn. You can use charge. They gain an additional turn. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Any target marks it with the enemy. No, marks it with the under the navigator's watch effect. Enemies have to pass a willpower resistance test to avoid it. Second use returns the target to the position where it was during the first use and restores its wounds. Occupied. So, what's it called? Under the... Marks it with the under the navigator's watch effect. I don't know if I know what that is. Is that one of her existing thingies? Huh. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what that's referring to. And of course, I can't use this one right now anyway. Okay. And it occupies a space on the board, on like a battle board, on a battle arena. Oh wait, no. Returns the target, the person, the enemy target, restores its wounds to the state where they were at this time. Enemy targets pass the willpower test. Huh. Or maybe you could target... Oh, maybe you can target a friendly with it too. And when you use it a second time, it teleports them back. I'm trying to figure out why you would want to do this. As it kind of rewinds time. Which is cool. So you use it once. They're under our watch. They can do all this stuff. And then you use it a second time. They get popped back to where they were. And their health is restored. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm piecing together what you could do with that. That could be extremely powerful. It's kind of elaborate, but that, like, you know, we use that on our melee guy, send him into combat. He gets his, like, he's fighting a boss, he's getting his ass kicked. We use it a second time, it warps him out of that combat, and he gets all of his health back. I don't think it would undo the damage to the bad guy too, so that's pretty impressive. I guess they were saying you could use it on a bad guy too. I don't know why you'd want to. I guess if you were worried a bad guy was about to get healed, you could do that as like a snapshot, like a save state. That's wild, actually. Yeah, that explains the hourglass. Only one action point for that shit, too. That's impressive. I can't use it right now, but that's pretty sick. What else we got? Navigator deals damage to an enemy held in my gaze. So 1 plus 2 times willpower bonus. So that's actually 13. Because her willpower bonus is 6 plus 6. So wait a second. Hold on. No. Well, it depends on how the order of operations are being applied. It depends on how PEMDAS is being applied here. The way PEMDAS should work is that the M comes first. So it would be 2 times willpower bonus plus 1, not 1 plus 2 times willpower. If it was 3 times 6, that'd be 18 as a minimum damage, which would be crazy. It's probably 2 times willpower bonus plus 1, which is 13, which is more reasonable. Minimum damage of 18 would be bananas. Goes all the way up to, I'm assuming the same kind of assumption here. 4 times 6 is enormous. 24 plus 6. So 30 as a maximum damage. That's crazy. Pass a willpower test or become immobilized until the start of the next turn. God, that is disgusting. And it only costs 1 action point? Good Lord almighty. Radius of 16 or range of 16 cells? That's disgusting. What's this one? 3 times... Okay, so same kind of thing here. So 2 times 6 is 12 plus 3, so 15. To 4 times... My God. To all targets in a line and inflicts the soul burn. What is this? What is this fuckery? That's amazing. It burns their soul. They suffer more damage at the start of that turn. At the end of their turn, they must pass a willpower test to remove the flames. Wow. Now, Psychers suffer additional damage every time they use psychic powers while they're burning. God, that's fucking bananas. That is just bonkers. Scourge of the Red Tide creates a 3x3 zone. Every creature in it that enters it or begins their turn in it suffers from. Lots of parentheses here. 1 plus our bonus, which is 6. 2. 12. So to 16. Damage. The zone remains for 3 rounds. Wow. Some AoE nonsense. This chick fucking rocks. Her skills, her spells, the shit she gets is fucking crazy. That is a good emote. I want to look. Yeah, that is a good emote. I've never heard of Fish, but I like the kitty cat, so I'm down. I'm down, Meerkat. It's approval from me. All enemies within a 4-cell radius suffer a penalty to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. Good too. Warp Curse Unleashed. They become cursed until the end of combat. All incoming warp damage is increased by a lot. All the more reason to pump up that willpower, baby. Wow. The enemy close to them also be... Oh, it spreads? Oh, it's a contagious curse. Fucking coughing on your friend over there, spreading the curse Rona. So that's... Yeah, so the damage, so warp damage would go up by 22%, and all other kinds of damage goes up by 11%. Yeah, this is really, it's gonna be hard to choose. These are all amazing. We pick a square, a single cell, I think. Enemy closest to that square immediately moves up to 4 cells towards it, so we're drawing people to it. If multiple enemies are in the same... All of them move. Oh, that's nice. They move even if they're stunned or immobilized. So we can draw people... We can move people around. 6-cell radius around the target. Must pass a willpower resistance check. Or immediately move 3 cells towards it. Even if they're stunned or... Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Creates a circle within a 3-cell radius. Any creature that is inside it enters it... Makes a willpower resistance test. Failure makes them apathetic. They become immobilized. They must make a willpower resistance check. Success removes apathy. Failure stuns it for another round. Oh, for 1 round. Okay. Removes the apathy. Makes creature immune to further effects from spot of... Oh, okay. So it's a one-time make them lose their turn spell. That could be quite powerful. But it's a one-time use thing, which is unfortunate. But that is pretty cool. We'll go and mark it. What would we need for that one? We would need Zone of Fear or Notch of Purpose. Oh, there. Here's, speaking of which, here's Zone of Fear. Willpower resistance check. They're immediately moved out of the zone. It does trigger attacks of opportunity. That's nice. That's really nice. I like that a lot. And then this one. 1 cell radius around the target. Pass a willpower resistance check. Those who fail gain an extra turn, where they attack their allies. Oh! An enemy becomes a target. This navigator power again. They gain a stackable bonus. Oh, so it's easier to resist. That makes sense. God, that's hilarious. How do I choose? I like so many of these. They're all so good for causing damage and sowing the seeds of discord. Like, a lot of these help our bros out, which is really nice. None of them make any mention to Veil Degradation. I'm sure some of these, like, do that, though. Touch of Anger is hilarious. The problem is that it's a 1 cell radius thing. The initial casting range is quite generous, 12 cells. But yeah, if you need 2 bad guys or more next to each other. Just pick the first one and go down the list. Yeah, the problem is I need to, like, what's the one I like the mostest? Now, the good news is a lot of these we can't use. We can't get that one, can't get that one, can't get these 2. So the list is truncated significantly. So I could get either of these 2. This one is pretty cool too. In fact, I think I almost want to go for this one. Only costs 1 action point, and it's a 3x3 zone. That's pretty sick. That's really nice. That, again, comes in handy for boss battles, that kind of thing. That's only good if they're on the effective voice of command. That's good, but I don't know if I want that right now. It might get good later on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Glimpse of Fate. That's really cool too. Yeah, a lot of these I just genuinely enjoy in general. Show the path, or yeah, I'm like thinking about things I would want to work towards. Show the path or mend reality. So show the path is this one. What's mend reality? This one here. So yeah, there's like a chain you have to kind of build towards. Yeah, there will be more levels. There definitely will. Absolutely. Yeah, so if I want like the crazy stuff, we have to work towards it. Maybe that's something to consider too. But then you get shit like this, which is the damage is, but just crazy. 1 creature, all creatures within a range. Oh my god. That's nutty. Truly, truly nutty. That curse one is hilarious. Held in my gaze. Yeah, that might be nice too. Closest to them also become cursed. Yeah, that's hilarious. Like a kid in a fun abilities and spells candy store, which is very real, which is a very real thing probably. Become immobilized. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go towards this one because it leads to some very fun things, including the warp curse unleashed. Man, so many fun things. This character is fun. She might be my favorite, not even from a waifu perspective, but just from a perspective of there's just goofy shit she gets, and you love to see it. Now, sadly, I don't get to see the ones I had starred here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think I can skip through all these and just focus on the things down here. Now, we already have some of these. Yeah, we got Under My Protection, which is a really good one. Yeah, for some reason the common talents don't let you see the stars or make stars. But now this begs to reason why we want to lower the willpower of bad guys, because when their willpower is lowered, they're easier to affect with the really fun things that this character can do. Perception is 5, so that'd be 10% additional damage from warp damage. It does stack with every hit, which is pretty cool. That action point's really nice. That action point's really, really nice. Yeah, ebb and flow is so good. The line of sight as its dodge and hit chance reduced by... Okay, yeah, so the percentage goes down by 10, just 10%. We get against stack and plus 5 to willpower. Next resistance test. Okay. Veil degradation reduced by 1. I wonder if that means veil degradation for other people. So maybe she doesn't have it at all. Still don't understand strange vitality. I need to like look that one up off stream. Oh, wait, if we move people around, they take more damage. They take extra damage. They take 2 more damage for every cell that is moved. That's hilarious. Attacks against them, gain better crit chance. Armor reduced. I'm actually more curious about knocking down their willpower. I think I'm just gonna go for... What was the one that caught my eye? It was up here. I think it was ebb and flow. I think I love that one. That lets us do so many fun things. I think that is the right call. Woo! Not just from a waifu perspective. Aw, that's so sweet, Mallory. I'll tell that to her later. Tomorrow, that is. Dreamer, I know, it's real slow. It's real slow, but these choices are important. We actually cannot raise ballistics anymore. You already have this feature? Interesting. Oh, it's because ballistics skill. Actually, yeah. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't let us raise it up more. But yeah, that's genuinely surprising. You already have this skill. I didn't realize that was a one-time thing. I thought this was something you could get multiple times. So agility makes sense. Willpower is not very good. Strength would allow us to wield cooler weapons. Perception is nice. Agility probably makes the most sense. Dodging bullets, that kind of thing. Yeah, not so much for melee weapons. We don't care about melee weapons, but yeah, can wield cooler weapons, that kind of shit. She's already pretty strong. Well, no, she's not. Her strength is 30. Her strength is dog shit, actually. Perception is good. And her perception is currently not great. But agility is better dodging of things. Next, demolition, and she is our main demolition person. Go agility. Let's go agility, but yeah, I would consider, I mean, yeah, probably strength would be the next one up. Because I want her to have cool weapons that she can use. And then, once again, kind of scrolling down. I mean, I guess some of these we could maybe consider. But I think I'm more interested in some of these. Some of the more interesting stuff down here. Again, Xenos are demonic creatures, so that would be the scary things, bosses, that kind of thing. That will be the kind of fight that I'm the most nervousest about. Same archetype as... Wait, if no other character has... If no one else is a soldier, the first use of any ability from this person costs 1. That's kind of cool, but we will probably get more soldiers later. Huh. Imperial World characters lore are always 0. I don't know if I'm... Yeah, I don't like that one. Well, and I guess... Because she wouldn't be the one to make those checks anyway. Yeah, that's good. What do we have here? Warhammer, a Furious Recital, gain 1 stack of the Disturbed effect. Adjacent, gain +2. Equal to momentum restored while using this ability. So what is the Disturbed effect? Negative 10 penalty to willpower fellowship checks. That's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. Don't I already have this ability, Litany of Hatred? I guess, oh, I guess that's like a similar name to a skill that we have, but not a talent. So it'd be 3 divided by... Ugh, I don't really like that. For single shots, that's not very good. I mean, maybe if we raised our willpower up. In fact, we probably ought to raise our willpower up at the next opportunity. So it was permanently increased, but that's pretty good. 3% chance to ignore an enemy at 3%. How's that calculated? Is that willpower? Yeah. So I should be up in the willpower for sure. So 6% damage and gain. 6 times. Okay, so 12, yeah. Arm penetration. Okay, so melee, flame, and melt attacks would be good for her eventually. Those are all nice. Yeah, I'll admit, a lot of these I don't love necessarily. Only against daemons and warp damage, yeah. I'm thinking maybe this one. Critical hit chance of 10% is pretty good. 3% is like, it does not feel worth it. Yeah, armor. Single shots and attacks opportunity for 1 round. So that bonus will eventually go up. But still, yeah, and it's only for 1 round. It's hard to get excited about that one. Single shots and attacks of opportunity. What was the disturbed one again? Willpower and fellowship tests. That would help with other people, with other skills, because we were talking about lowering the willpower of other bad guys, of like bad guys in combat, just in general. Let's do that one. That one seems the most interesting. The others, I'm just kind of so-so on a lot of them. I was thinking maybe this one. I forget about that. That's good. Next one. What we got? It's 1 level here. So these are familiar to us. Well, some of them are familiar. So those 2 are familiar, obviously. Yeah, so we like that one. I think that was what we gave our guy. Intimidation was pretty good. That one's pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. But then we get the more interesting things. This is a divination. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some kind of spellcasty thing for her. I think that's more interesting. That lasts until the start of the Psyker's next turn. All allies within that area gain more dodge. So that'd be 2. So the psi rating is 5. No. I see what my psi rating is. I think it's 1. I think we'll be able to level up eventually. But I think right now it's like 1. So that'd be 6. 6% dodge. That does go up over time. So that's good. I don't love it, but it's good. Can't do this one, but just for future reference. Yeah, we have psi rating 1. Most assuredly. Only affected by any of the Psyker's powers gain the perfect timing effect. Under this effect, dodge the parry's attack. That's a weapon capable of reaching the attacker. They will counterattack with that weapon. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I do like that one. Yeah, we'll eventually work towards that one. We have to unlock towards it, obviously. 4 times, again, the psi rating thing. So yeah, once that psi rating thing goes up, this does become really cool. All those things are really nice. So prescience is nice. That will eventually get very, very good. Suffers damage that would make them unconscious. We gain an extra turn. During that turn, the sucker can only use this. Restores their wounds to the amount they had before the attack that triggered the intervention. But our psi rating goes down temporarily, so there is a downside. That is pretty impressive. So if there's like a big mega hit, especially if it has like a build up to it, that would be a get out of jail free card. Moved up by 2 turns. Wait, the Psyker's next turn is moved up. Oh, for the initiative. Cool. We could have 2 turns in that sense. That's pretty cool as well. I like that. Pass a willpower resistance check. Or the next turn, they will spend all their movement points to move as close to possible towards me. I don't know if I love that, but moving people around can be cool. Psychic Shriek damage. Forced to make a willpower resistance check. All targets that fail are stunned. I think that was a thing that was used against us. Oh, we got a bug. Well, you know, the number from UIAP, min damage, a bunch of hex codes, FA305 BAE, yeah, obviously. It's so normal. So I don't know what the damage is, but it does, well, actually, of course I know what the damage is. It's just that hex value. Now, oddly enough, the hex values are identical. So it's a pointer to, yeah, min damage, max damage. I'm surprised the values are the same. You'd think they'd be like slightly different. But anyway, it's neat. It does damage. That's what matters. It does damage. Whether it's good or bad, it does some kind of damage. It's, yeah, I'm not 100% sure on it, Mallory, but it does something if they don't pass the check. And it's a cone. I like that. I like that it's a cone. It's a pyramid. So that's pretty cool, too. Yeah. Now, I can't get it right now anyway, but that is pretty good. Sensory deprivation. Willpower resistance test. If it succeeds, they're blinded. If they fail, they'll start on the next turn. If they fail, they're blinded and lose a bunch of temporary characteristic points. Man, that's hilarious. Sensory deprivation sounds wild. I wonder what happens when they're blind. Can they, like, legitimately just can't hit you? Okay, just they're less likely to hit. They can still hit, obviously, but it's harder for them, so you can fuck with them pretty good. Mixed perception, intelligence, using either theirs or the psyker stats, whichever's higher. That's kind of cool. For friendlies. Willpower resistance check. Target attacks its allies. I like that. After that, they get a psychic shriek. Willpower is reduced until the end of combat. That's hilarious. Yeah, that one looks awesome. We already have divination. Manipulating living flesh and biological processes. Heal wounds and alters physical characteristics. That sounds cool. I don't know. It doesn't say what the characteristics do, but it can get neat. Telepathy. Tear away. Oh, we already have that. So these are more like general skills that can unlock more cool shit. Create fire. Cool, I like that. Sanctic powers? I thought that said Sanic powers. It makes us go fast. So I'm guessing these unlock things. So, yeah, that requires telepathy. This requires telepathy, which we already have, though. Actually, yeah, so why can't I get this one? Telepathy and other things. Cool, that makes sense. So once again, there's not a ton that get us something we can use right now. A lot of them are locked. So I would say let's work towards things like this guy, for instance. This one's hilarious. Costs 2 action points, but still. Mind Bond or Psychic Assault. This one also seems really cool, but we would need Dominate or Sensory Deprivation. Sensory Deprivation, I think, is the most interesting. So I'll probably go for that, just because that unlocks more cool things anyway. Again, I love all these. Spellcasters get the coolest shit, honestly. But I can get neat. It's something, Mallory. It's better than nothing. I can't fully understand what this is, but I'm happy with what I'm seeing. It's making me do the happy face. Yeah, that's really good too. Yeah, a lot of these are very, very impressive. But man. Yeah, it's hard to choose. Hard to choose like a thing to kind of build towards. But yeah, Psychic Assault sounds hilarious, and Mind Rapture, oh my god. Those two might just be my fave. So Sensory Deprivation, got some good shit. Tech use, I think, does not make as much sense for her since we kind of have a dedicated tech use and logic guy. I would say probably Awareness. Medicaid makes no sense. The lore don't make sense. Yeah, I would say Awareness. There we go. And then this one will be easy. Weapon skill. Yeah, probably weapon skill. His is only 40, which is kind of surprising. I think we raised toughness last time, and I'm glad we did. He's a tough fella. Strength wouldn't be a half bad idea either. Each bonus point, yeah, he does do more damage. That's pretty cool. But yeah, also weapon skill does more damage too. And that also helps with parrying and dodging. His agility is shit. In all fairness, but yeah, I would say weapon skill. And then this one. So yeah, once again, a lot of these are not a huge issue. Now, Combat Master might not be a shabby idea at some point. Surrounded by more allies than enemies receives a +10 weapon skill bonus for each additional enemy. So a bunch of bad guys near each other does not give them this bonus against this guy if we get Combat Master. So Combat Master is really not a bad idea. A lot of these are still solid. They're still good. But for the more case-specific ones down here, I think these are more interesting. Brace for impact, do not suffer negative effects from melee superiority for the entire combat. That's pretty cool. That's like the I think use once during combat ability. Only half damage from all attacks of opportunity. That's pretty cool. Like to buy brace for impact, get better cover. Oh, penetration. Okay, and we permanently gain. This guy gains better cover penetration. Any ranged weapon in threatened areas. That's cool, but I don't think that's a thing my guy's gonna care too much about. Get an extra turn with 0. That's still pretty cool. I would say either that one or the do not falter one. Can I see what brace for impact does? I'm trying to remember how large of a radius that is. Extra turn with 0, so no action points, but you can move. And you can do things that cost 0, obviously. Which is cool. And that's good, like, for situations that, you know, a bad guy drops in at a very inconvenient place and you need to move people around quickly. That'd be kind of neat, but you would still have attacks of opportunity, obviously. Whereas this would help against that better. Let's do this one. Or we indeed do the one that gives him never have to worry about that melee supremacy thing. Especially because we do throw this guy into a lot of melee situations, especially ones that have a lot of bad guy melee dudes kind of clumping together. All characteristics and +2 to resolve. Yeah, that will happen to this guy pretty often. 10 to all characteristics. So basically all basically all of his rolls go up by 1. The remainder of combat, or while he's under that much health. And the more I think about it, I would say I want to do the combat master one. I think that's the right call here. Or oops. Are there any proficiencies I should consider? Weapon skill. It's a +5. Can I do? Yeah, there's no like advanced weapon skill. Yeah, that'd be too easy probably. Okay. Yeah, the problem is there's really not any single things that like really get me as like a slam dunk. I'm kind of surprised I don't see anything for melee weapons specifically, except for this guy. But we'll do the combat master, especially because that melee superiority thing. Oh, whoops, melee superiority +10 weapon skill for each additional ally. Yeah, that goes up quite a bit, so I think that's right call here. All right, locked and loaded. Level up was big and lengthy, but we fucking got there. Abelard, do you have anything else to say about all the shit that went down earlier? If he has like more
as you wish.
more sass or more like unhappiness about that whole thing.
Lord Captain.
No, he seems alright about it, so he's not gonna admonish me for my choices. My choices as the Lord Captain. Adeptus Auroritas. That's her. So we were slowly crawling our way towards this area. We had some interruptions. We had some shit go down. But here we go. We have a place to be. A prison planetoid. Vast region in space. Unique events can occur, much like we saw earlier. You got it, bud. So whomst do we bring? We'll bring everybody. I mean, at minimum, we could just bring ourselves, but we're bringing everybody. We have 3 objectives for this cool place. Prison planetoid. And select answers and dialogues using the numbered keys on your keyboard. Neat. But then I'd worry I would like fat finger it and click the wrong thingy. The camera kind of pans a little bit awkwardly. Here we are in this cool, happy little prison planet. We're gonna make a bunch of friends, you guys. An omniscope, that's cool. It's like a little video camera. That might be exactly what it is.
Rise to the top, or get left.
Hello, pilot Rockwell. He's trying to communicate. With somebody, some kind of escort. Or it's a she, it's a lady. It's like, who the fuck are you? Did you not see me land? I didn't exactly come in on a quiet little vessel. It was a big old ship making a bunch of noise. Have a good night, Aleph. He's a lot of I appreciate you saying that. I know that some of the leveling and number crunching, I know it's probably boring as all fuck sometimes. I'm sure the leveling and all that jazz is very dry, but at the same time, I feel implored to do it right. I want to do it right, and there's so much to sift through. Are you reinforcements? She says. This is the proper way of addressing her sovereign. Looking for Henriks von Kellox. Is he here? One of the prisoners or guards? Probably not. No shuttles in working order other than yours and mine, so it's probably not that. We're taking care of possibilities. We're checking it off the box of where this dude could be. He'll probably be in the last place we're looking for, and that might even be by design. This might be the thing we're meant to scour everywhere, trying to find this guy. What is this place? It is a penal colony. Prisoners work in the mines and the domed quarries. Sulfur, ceram dust, and sand. Ceram dust. Or caram dust, maybe. A nondescript place, or it was prior to current events. What are the current events? Tell me. Prison riot. Being led by the prison warden himself? A warden leading a riot. Unexpected. Allied himself with the rabble. The Rykadi Philia to be independent of the system's lawful governor. I'm a shuttle pilot alongside... Oh! Another rogue trader, I think. Yvain Winterscale, yes. A competing rogue trader, even. Unexpected. She enunciates every word of her overlord's title. Vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. Capital E, capital H, proper noun. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the warden personally. His escort went ahead, and I don't know. Things went quiet, and I'm freaking out. And then Abelard's like, oh boy. One of his distant younger offspring. Made many diplomatic visits here. Or not here, to Urak 5. The Great Regent would not have granted entry to someone dishonorable. Whatever happened in this terrible place, we must aid this man of noble blood. The warden himself is spearheading. Yeah, that's what I'm surprised by. No one expected this. Master Castiglia, a nobleman from a respected governor's house and a vassal to House Winterscale. Why would he betray? He proclaimed this place as his personal domain, prisoners as subjects. That is unexpected. She said heresy. Yeah, I do wonder if there's some chaos nonsense going on. A diet of sand and gravel. Starting a revolt on a barren rock. Good fucking question, man. And then why is Winterscale trying to, like, deal with this personally? It's a personal matter, she says. The seditious warden is, oh, a childhood buddy. He rushed here without delay in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses. I know a little thing or two about wanting to get involved, hands, you know, into the nuts and bolts, hands-on approach to conflict. Prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. You know what? I respect that. I respect that. He's determined to save his friend. He will not back down. Hopefully he's alive and well. Also, I don't like this place. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Orsilio. So why did Yvain rush to save someone who betrayed his house? Do the bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? Yeah, Casillas over here like, yo, I saw my homeboy fucking murder a dude and dudette for much less. So, yeah, I mean, if this guy's like a true homie, you know, if this man's a ride or die, I respect it, but I wonder how that all went down. Anything else? Some of the rebels are held up in the barracks. There's probably going to be heavy resistance. Take caution. I wonder if, like, she knows who we are. Okay. I haven't clicked that one. It's like, no, I don't want to, like, give her a hard time. She's just doing her job. I may have a minute of your time. The situation. Have you been to the capital of Rykad Minoris? I think I tried and I could not because the scan yielded no results. Jaspar, she says. I'll ask, what's your relationship to this person? We're engaged. Aw, that's sweet. I'll say I've not been there yet. The desperation in her eyes, she is exhausted, frightened, and wants to get the fuck out of Dodge. Who can blame her? Who can blame her one bit, honestly. That's cute that she's engaged. Good for her. Oh, we get to compare. Who's got the cooler ship? They're really identical except for in paint job. I mean, my favorite color is blue, so I think I like this one more. But, you know, I'm only a little bit biased. Only a smidge.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, trap. A trap has been set. Thank you, game, for informing me. Although we've seen this before, where sometimes it doesn't give me the option to disarm. I don't want to, like, walk on it. Here, let's do this. Oh, my God. I was trying to, like, avoid that happening. So now Argento's got a fucking injury. Fresh injury. Move him to a medikit. Let's go into it. In fact, I think she's got one. Who's the best at medicating? Yeah, it's weird that you wouldn't let me click on it, though. Usually there's like a little disarm option when you mouse over it, but I got no such option. So maybe I had to select, because she's our primary demolition person. Maybe I had to select her only, but usually it kind of does it automatically. And then, of course, I was trying to bring people back and, like, rotate it awkwardly, and yeah, that was silly. Anyway, so who's got Medicae stuff? I think she is our medic person. 30, 35. Oh, God, we're all bad at this. Oh, me, I'm the best. Okay. But I can't equip medic things, which is frustrating. Yeah, if I take this off of you, try to put it on myself... Yeah, I can't do it because I don't have the skill, I guess. There's a skill that I'm lacking. Yeah, 30 or 35. Well, can I have you Medicae yourself?
As if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby.
Did it work? It did work, and it looks like it did not burn the item, which is nice.
Begging and sobbing and howling.
This guard post has been vacant. And a trap had been laid. There's going to be more where that came from. Yeah, I have to, like, figure out what I need to click to make the trap disarming thing actually work, actually fire. Because that's only going to become a more frequent occurrence. Build a bridge. Just, you know, build a bridge. Easy. Easy peasy. Yeah, we can't do that right now. We got to go this way. To the barracks. We know there's going to be bad guys in here, or at least occupants held up here. Mutineers, as it were. Another trappy. I think you game. So yeah.
The future you see could be the whispers of the archenemy. How can you trust your visions, Adira?
I have to disarm. Oh, that's the key.
The question you wanted to ask. What you wanted to ask was, how can others bring themselves to trust a despicable psyker like me? Face it, sister.
So maybe that's the key. Sometimes you can click this area, other times you have to click the source. Navigate her specifically. On another one. You have to click very deliberately here. There we go. Same thing over here. Ooh, got a little close there. Sometimes the pathfinding is a little bit wonky. Oh, she didn't get it. Can I try again? Okay, we just try again. This remains of meal, not one far too lavish for a hive world, let alone a prison colony. It says one here specifically. It says too lavish. Interesting. Maybe it's of the rogue trader. Winter scale. What this? String of names extends beneath the building. Top quarry workers of the cycle. Oh, that's nice. Employee of the month. We got over here. Typical prison food, repulsive to the senses, he says. Veneral Optimates, the best among us. Name is barely legible, it says. We got goods.
I always have a backup plan.
What this? Prison diary of Artie. I will collect and I will read. Oh, this is part of cargo. This would be a miscellaneous cargo. Grok's shit, he says. My tithe payment was missed. Inspector's writ got lost somewhere in the bowels of the planetary administratum. It's lying there the whole time. They made sure to remember the tack on the fines every month. By the time they found the thing, the total sum was so obscene it would take 3 generations of my descendants to pay it off. Trial, sentence, and prison. There it is. All because some dingus who shoved my paper in the wrong box and I got screwed for it. Like when you, if there's some kind of bullshit with your taxes, sometimes you get, like, even if it wasn't your fault, you sometimes get the penalty for it. All too real. I got up pretty easy at least. Bed is alright. Okay. It's a strange old place. Haven't been beaten once. The guards bark orders, but they haven't hit us. There's an inner circle of special chosen prisoners. The optimatum. You get in, you get an actual day off. Let you rest there, they feed you. It's to improve our motivation. But it's a club for the warden's favorites. Suck up to the people in power and you get some swanky-ass perks. Whole thing is the warden's idea. The warden looks more noble than nobility itself. That Nutter doesn't much want people licking his boots. He walks around looking like he's in deep thought. Keeps only a few guards at his side. Talks to prisoners. Asks them all quiet like, he says. No yelling. Doesn't give orders. Doesn't have people beat. Doles out rewards to the special ones. Huh. He says, maybe I'll try to join these groups. Yeah, this warden's not so bad. I mean, doesn't sound like a half bad dude. Sounds like he's, you know, a little bit,
Keep your eye on the price.
wonder if there was something in there. A little bit, idealist of him, but seems like an alright fella. Alright fellow. The chosen ones. Yes, I just read the journal.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Oh, is it combat time? Casilla it's our first combat with Casilla. She is the navigator. Energies of the warp. Voice of command is awesome. Good. So, yeah, there was no opportunity for parley. There was no opportunity for dialogue. They want to fucking murder. And murder they shall get. So, what do we got here? We have in your hands. Got a sword. I think they're all melee. Oh, yeah, mostly kind of crude melee weapons. All melee. All right, well. There's dudes over here as well. He's got a gun. So, one gunner. And there's a bevy of fellas. I'm surprised only one. I thought for sure there'd be more fella variety. But yeah, it is an ambush. So whomst is who? So you're a melee guy. Oh, I can't move people. Oh, because it's an ambush, so you can't plan. Okay. All right, sure. Start the battle. It's a grenadier. He's gonna throw grenades. Don't like that. Ow.
My faith shields me.
And they get a starting round, or some of them do. Yo, attack of opportunity. He ran up to him, did nothing. Yo, he got knocked down. Damn. These prisoners got hands. I like how he like ran up to the dude, did not attack, got an attack of opportunity, and then he ran away. He like slid away, which is kind of funny. So he is knocked prone, and you are knocked prone. Oh, from the grenade. Right, yeah. So they have to probably like spend part of their actions getting back up. So Cassia, we should have you move behind cover, no doubt. These guys will come to us. And she could spend some time buffing people up anyway. So I don't want her close to this grenadier fella. We're gonna start fucking him up for sure. But I want her to have a line of sight. I can't... Actually, I can move right here. I would say either right here or right here. Let's go with right here. And then... Voice of command. For 1 round. It lasts for a round. Now, out of curiosity... I'm kind of curious. What does prone mean? Cannot act and suffers a 30% penalty. Oof. Cannot act. That's a rough one. So it probably wouldn't be worth doing voice of command right now, because it would be wasted on him at least. I could do it on, like, maybe my guy, because my guy will be able to... Actually, where's my guy? There I am. I'm right here. Cowering. Or Adira. As I'll be taking a shot at some fools for sure.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And... she does have Veil Degradation. So good to know. I could fucking melt some motherfucker. Can I melt you? Oh. Now, I won't be able to kill him outright, but I'll make him real sad. She's behind cover. That would be... Does not say how much Veil Degradation it would be, but presumably it would do something. What's this one? Lidless Stare. That's the cone ability, which is hilarious. I do have enough to do both of these things. Extra turn with action points equal to 2. Yeah, I think I might do that for our melee guy. so he can get up and then fuck some shit up.
That is foolishness.
Oh, but he can't act right now. Okay. Adira, with your chain lightning so bright, won't you fucking crush some skulls tonight?
If only that were possible.
Oh, it's too far. Oh, it's a limited range. 4-cell radius. Oh, I guess it's got to be me. Argenta? She can't act right now. I guess it's gonna be me.
Navigator, not a servitor.
And now it's my turn. So that puts her turn temporarily on hold. I will surefire plan. I can't move a whole lot, but I can start to schmove. Oh wait, no, I cannot move at all. Yeah, this is act only. I can analyze. I'm not in cover right now, so that would not work. I can analyze and then do a regular shot. Yes, I will do that against you. Or I analyze someone else and then take a shot. A lot of these guys... Oh, wow, this guy's got a lot of health. Nimble. Some of them are pretty chonky. Some of these fellas are pretty chonky. What kind of damage can I do? Oh, I can fuck him up real good. I wonder if I analyze and then shoot. Hold on, what is that hit chance? It's pretty good. I'll try it. I'll analyze and then shoot. It'd be real cool if I could just blast this motherfucker. Oh, I could just blast this motherfucker.
Another enemy?
No more grenades for you. That was satisfying. It was a little bit hard to see with the door, but yes, we fucking shot his dick off. So that system of analyzing followed by death fucking works. Anyway, back to her turn. Yeah, I want to try this. Oh, we're out of... Wait, no, hold on. Oh, it costs 1 action point. Cool. So yes, I want to use this to melt someone else down. We could fucking instantly kill one of those. I want to get this guy because he's pretty chonky. He's got a lot of health. This guy not so much. Yeah, you is getting got. Beautiful. And her veil degradation remains at 0. If she just doesn't have to worry about veil degradation, that seems extremely overpowered. Also, she has a grenade. That's pretty cool. But yeah, maybe she just doesn't have to worry about warp misfires, which is beyond hilarious. And also busted AF. Yo, they're knocking people down left and right. Goddamn. That's extremely not nice. I'm starting to think these people don't like us. Of course, we did just melt their leader Grenadier mans. They all have this kick ability, it seems. Oh, they're bunching up the fools. The foolish fools. All right, people are standing up. People are saying, what the fuck was that shit? So, whomst do we now analyze? Probably big fella. Are you big fella? Yeah, you're the nimble fella.
I'll make it happen.
I am gonna duck behind cover. Be next to my purple wife. I'll be a little bit farther away, so other people can get into this spot if need be. Where do I go right here? That actually might be the right call. Then I've got full cover. Well, except we killed the only guy that has range, I think. Unless some of them have, like, grenades or some shit, which is possible. But I've got the sniper off. I've got the best reach. So I'll go right here, because I don't need, like, full view. This. And then I could do... Yeah, I see why not. Lasts until I move. This effect lasts until I move. Damn, that's cool. Yeah, and I'm rooting in place for a bit. So we'll go ahead and burn that. And curiously enough, I gained... Did I gain an action point? Oh, no, I just hadn't used that many. So I'll go and use the big one then. Can I just drop this fool? I can't fully drop him, but I can fuck him up pretty good, and I'll burn some action points for it. Or I could take out any of these imposing, but I think he's gonna take care of business. He's gonna weaken this fella down more. Oh, I got a crit! Lucky crit. Lucky shit for some lucky crits, alright. Next thing will be well planned, and let's end the turn. I feel glad that we've taken out the big things, the big fellas. Really? You're just gonna knock everyone down? That's so rude. This guy will never get a chance back. He's just getting constantly shit on. Now, I could do the hilarious ability. Oh, what's it blinking red mean? Oh, I think that means it burns all movement. And it means you can't attack afterwards, I guess, which is fine. Lidless Stare would be hilarious, but it would absolutely fuck up our own homies. It would just devastate. Oh, God, I'm so... My nipples are erect just thinking about this hilarious skill. Jesus Christ. Can I just clone Cassia like 400 times and just have an army of purple waifus with eyeballs that melt bad guys with a single bound? Good fucking God, Miss Molly. She is the coolest. I think I'm gonna power up Argenta, as I want her to do some fun stuff. Argenta, you're gonna get powered up. Consider yourself juiced. And I could say juice you up more. I think I will. So she can go a little bit early now, do a little bit of stuff. She can't move. I can do a controlled shot. Oh, I can't attack though. Huh. I can run and gun, which is a curious choice. There's actually a very real chance I will kill more than 3 people. You know what? Let's fucking roll the dice here. Maybe this is allowed. Go to Furious Recital. I get a lot of momentum. Actually, oh wow, I can actually use Firearm Mastery now, which is wild to me. I think I want to save that for a rainy day. This combat we're gonna win. It's no question. Yeah, let's run and gun. Can I then move? I still can't shoot though. Dang it. That's unfortunate. But I can at least get out of dodge. And I will choose to do so because this person keeps knocking me over and making me very sad. There's no reason to be behind cover per se, because there's no ranged enemies. I will plant myself right here. Will this incur an attack of opportunity? I think the answer is yes, actually. Yeah, I think that's what that means. I think that means he will attack me. It's a 5-foot step. Yeah, it does not matter. Okay. Well, I think he will get an attack of opportunity if I shoot at point blank range anyway. So yeah, I think I'll just take a hit. Ouch. But now I'm out of that danger zone. Oh, now that's what it was. That's what it was. It was because I couldn't shoot. Or rather, I couldn't shoot because they were preventing me from doing so in melee range. But now, the foolish fools, have allowed me to get far away. Can I do a controlled shot? And then shoot? Oh, that costs an action point. That's okay, that's okay. Now, it looks like... Oh, I think this is if we miss, we can hurt the other buddy. Or we'll just auto-kill him. Badass. What's up, Unstable? Yo, this game is sick, Unstable. This might be up your alley, too, for that matter. You might be a fan of this kind of thing, because the XCOM isms are palpable. I'm definitely able to palp them. Who do I melt with my laser eyes? This feels disgusting to me that I can just use these abilities. There's got to be some kind of unseen downside here. And they're all samesies. We just melt the closest one. No more kicks on Route 66.
Painted black.
Amazing. Get fucked, comma, sir. Get fucked. Politely. Do we rapid fire these motherfuckers? Yes, but I'm gonna call the shot. Be like, hey, I'm gonna do a thing. Everyone, hold on to your dicks. So if I've done that correctly, she is in the danger zone, but if I do this correctly, they will dodge automagically. If my calculations are correct.
Without deeds is worthless.
They did dodge. All 3 shots went into this guy's face, and he tanked them. Lord have mercy, he did take that hit very well, so good for him. Of course, she is winded. Chris, the firstborn shot, worth it. Honestly, worth it. He's gonna kick. Ouch. Jesus Christ. These 2 characters are never gonna get to act. They're just gonna keep getting kicked and fucked and slapped and pooped. Isla might like it too. She very well might, especially if she's into Warhammer. Of course, she was playing Darktide with you guys not too long ago. If she likes Warhammer or XCOM or these kinds of CRPGs. If she's played Baldur's Gate 3, that'd be huge too, for that matter. That would be huge. This guy already has several exploits, so too dost this individual. I will apply exploits to some who don't have it. Which I guess means these fools. Or I just really encourage these people to unalive themselves. Anything 4K, that'd be perfect then. This would be upper alley for sure. What the move? Yeah, I know the move's a big one. And of course, it's the holidays right now, which makes things tricky for a lot of folks too. So there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff for sure. I am in cover right now. I will use this ability. And I'll be so cool. So cool. And then I will take a very deliberate shot. This guy's got 1 HP. He can't not die. This guy... Consider yourself blasted. Had 8 hit points. Headshot that motherfucker for 44 damage like a boss. What is the C in CRPG? I've been informed, according to my sources, it means computer. Because like Baldur's Gate was a RPG played on a computer. Now you could say, well, aren't a lot of RPGs played on computers? Yes, but it's like, I guess meant to be. It's basically old school computer RPG. Old school. Turn-based, usually kind of hard, kind of long, kind of immersive computer RPG. So basically anything that's like Fallout 1 and 2 or Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, that kind of thing. January 26th, mark the calendar. And then Unstable invited everyone that's in all of our collective chats to his house, to his apartment for apartment warming party. I will bring jars of piss for everybody. And that's guaranteed. Promised forever. Everyone. Every single person. Tell a friend. Invite. Everyone can bring up to, but not limited to, a +8. It's going to be long and hard just the way I like it. There were things I could do before Monkey. Now, I don't know what before Monkey is, but I'm interested. Consider myself interested. Whomst should be commanded. I feel like I should command you, Abelard. Because you're kind of getting your shit slapped around a little bit. Adira might be about to get knocked out. Can I command... Oh, can I command him now? Yo, I need you, Abelard, and your Abelard-filled self to fuck this man completely and fully. And also probably endure. Can I charge too? I could charge, but this guy is already here. I will first slap. Unless he parries. I was gonna say, unless he parries, we are cutting that man directly untwain. And then I will endure. Or do I brace for impact? Let's do that, because that will ensure that Adira is gonna be okay. He is in an adjacent cell. That's a pretty good time to do that. And then I will also endure. So they got some little chump shots at us, right? They got some pot shots, some cheap hits on us, but we have turned this very comfortable tide back into our favor. Oh, can I melt? No, I can't melt their dicks right now. I cast Testicular Torsion. Except I missed and I made his face explode instead. Never mind. That was face torsion. What's her brace for impact? Or a heroic thing? Oh, right. Somebody else just gets a fuck ton of attacks, which is hilarious. Argenta, you already know what it is, girl. You already know. Oh, hold on. I need to call the shot, though, don't I? Yes, several people. Well, Adira is at least in front of you. Yo, Adira, I'm gonna fucking shoot some shit, so... You know, gird thy loins. Hope your loins are girded. Oh, fuck, I've got a flamethrower. That is hilarious. That is hilarious, but the range is too short. Yeah, I could have used it earlier. I kind of forgot I had it. So I could do a little line right there. 9 to 14 damage. That is hilarious. The flamethrowers look very fun. I need to remember I got that. We'll save that for when we have a really opportune time to do so. Instead, we shall spray and we shall pray. Oh, did I do the called shot? Yes, I think I did. So everyone knows what's up. There's gonna be some death dealing.
Strike is a prayer.
That dude just got his dick completely separated from his body, and that person got as well. And that was the end of battle. Now, this guy did get overexerted, but he's fine. Never mind. I'm curious about this monkey fella. Oh, is that when you were doing... Because I was lurking earlier. I was lurking in your Sekiro stream earlier. Some Elden Ring? Yo, Mallory's doing some Elden Ring? Hell yeah. That sounds awesome. I like all these things you just said. I like all the words you just said with your mouth. Or I guess you said them with your fingies because you typed them. A lot of swords. Oh, wow. Shockingly good damaging knives. And a serrated knife. And some chainmail. Really good armor. I don't need this many knives. I'm going to cargo several of them. That is the more gooder knife. Can inflict bleeding. Most warriors prefer swords. Negative 10 to enemy weapon skill when hit. That's not bad. It's primitive, but it's not half bad. I think I will just keep that one on me. As like a potential thing to play with. Yeah, I've heard about that too. Yeah, there's a number of mod options for Elden Ring. Almost said Elgaso Ring. Elgaso, you have infected my brain fully and properly, and for that we thank you. Got some goods. More knives. Gas cloud grenades. Yo, who got some fart grenades? Make some people make their eyes water and their penises harden. But yeah, I've heard about that co-op. I've heard about that co-op mod. It sounds pretty ridiculous. I've actually never played Elden Ring. I'm several Souls-like games behind. Or else he is a mod. There you go. There you go. That's on the docket afterwards. There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say, Mallory, you're like a hardcore Souls-like only streamer. Hell yeah. Hardcore gamer alert. Consumables, that's right, our first grenade. Limited number of them, obviously. And it does spend the character's action points, presumably all of them. Yo, we can get like a fucking Napoleon hat? Hell yeah. Look at this fucking guy and his drip. That's pretty sick. I like that. I like that a lot. There's more things to loot. Looting and scooting, we can inspect a poster. Oh my god, is this a motherfucking Shawshank situation? Please let it be a Shawshank situation. Oh. Oh! Please. Please. Oh! We get loots! We get an improved auto pistol. The rate of fire is generous. 6 is quite good. Prisoner's shank. Not a knife, a shank. A dank shank. 100 people. Man. I was gonna say, I bet it's just an army. It's like RimWorld. It's like an army moves forward and then Melania attacks. Melina attacks once and just fucking cleaves a score or two of them. Hilarious. I'll take all these things and I will consider the shiv. The shank. The shivity shank. Placed in plain view of the beds. Inside are traces of blood and excrement. Dogs, probably. Like battle dogs and shit. So... Or things where people are when they're, like, really being punished. Or maybe they're, like, you know, kind of into it. Like, into being cages. Like a sexy time thing. Like a kink. But it's something. It is definitely something. Yeah, 100 is bananas. Whom's excrement? That is a good question. What kind? What flavor? Guess who just came down the shuttle gangway among the fresh batch of prisoners? Flynn's Throndan Willia. I don't know who that is, but former administratum clerk. The clerk, rather. Lost the writ about the missing payment. Oh, this guy. Yeah. Atishan. The guy that screwed this fella over. Never felt better in my life. He's not behind the same bars as me, but he's fresh meat. and I'm an optimist respected by everyone here. From now on, anyone who underperforms, misbehaves, or causes trouble is to be punished by the community. Optimates. Last two sods who failed to meet the quota were stripped naked, whipped, and thrown into cages. The ones we just saw. They have to eat, sleep, and shit now while everyone's watching. Again, some people might be into that shit, who knows? And as this guy says, I'm gonna get this motherfucker back for screwing me over. These are the bunk beds. Metal sheets. Whoever's forced to sleep on them, it would not take much for them to fall. Very unpleasant. But, I mean, I guess them's the breaks, right? Bolted to the floor, some have thin, torn bed sheets and even tattered pillows. So some of them have something. It's not much, but it's something. And last but not least, the Grenadier had some grenades, and he also had very standard armor. He had a little twisty-turny. It looked like a little swirly grenade, like a little ice cream swirl grenade. But nope, it's actually a grenade that pushes things back and does a little bit of damage. Could even knock them prone. And another revolver. Sick. I'll take all of it. I will take all of it. Yeah, some pet play stuff, that's what I'm thinking too. If that's what they're into, whomst am I to judge, right? With that, friends, we are going to wrap it up here. It is after 2 a.m. My God, I went late. Later than I meant to, but I regret nothing. We charmed our extremely tall, extremely purple, extremely psychically powerful, and emotively broadcastant purple wife. We charmed our purple wife and began a courtship with her. We leveled everybody multiple times. We quelled a mutiny with non-violence. We learned more about our fellow buddies, our fellow NPC, or like, I guess we're playing as them also, our fellow party mates. And we are investigating the whereabouts of a missing rival rogue trader, and also looking to bolster our ranks with hopefully willing prisoners who want to join us. So tonight was fucking productive. And the more I play this game, the more I'm starting to like get it, and the more I'm starting to dig it. I started out liking this game. I'm starting to like, like I'm starting to, a little something going down to Funky Town. Always like to double check to make sure I did indeed save like a boss. There we go. Let us rein in the stream for the night. Find ourselves a raid target. Thank you again to Glenson for that extremely generous raid. By the way, I missed. It's both things. I missed and the meat of the nut button. So Meerkat, here's one. Nut. And here's an extra one. Nut. Because I missed that one. My apologies.